Hello and welcome to Platinum Politics. I'm your host Mace, and today I'm kicking off a series that I like to call Platinum Gauntlet. Platinum Gauntlet is where one person takes a stage and debates as many members of the Platinum Politics Discord server or audience that comes their way. Who else better to kick off this series than ALEC GUNTER, a Platinum Politics partner. Now, ALEC recently has decided to change his debate style and has chosen to be more empathetic. And he explains that a little bit here in the intro, so I don't want to take up too much of your time, but the simple fact is we need to listen to people. And that is one of the main goals of Platinum Politics, is we want everyone to listen to each other, to hear what they are saying, to understand how people come to the positions that they take. It is not just supposed to be blood sports, though that is fun in moderation. Debate is a way we express our ideas to each other and challenge our ideas. And no matter how smart you are, your ideas need to be challenged for them to hold strong. That fundamental factor is one reason why ALEC GUNTER has chosen to partner with us. We've been criticized and called an echo chamber. We've been criticized for our moderation being too heavy, too light, whatever the case may be, all in the goal of having civil, honest debate, understanding each other, and not being a fucking dickhead all the time. If that sounds good to you, come join the server, link down in the description. Subscribe to the channel so you can see more debates and maybe even catch them live if, you get that lucky. But without further ado, let's see if radical empathy can help ALEC GUNTER get through the gauntlet. And we are live. Hello, Mr. ALEC GUNTER.
Hello. How's it going?
It's going well. Hope everybody here is ready to debate you. I know a couple people are lined up already. So I'm gonna just get this started. This is what I am kicking off, as I'm calling it, the Platinum Gauntlet. So just you're up here, and we're gonna get a bunch of people to come up here and debate you, and we're gonna see what we can get out of that. Now,
sounds good.
Let me pull up a quote that you have once said. All right. All right. You have once said, "We should not have discourse with people who have shit opinions." And as far as I'm aware, that is not the case today or these days.
I was wrong.
So
I was wrong. I had an epiphany.
Yeah. Before we start, could you explain your radical empathy journey that you're going on right now?
Absolutely. You'll have to forgive me if I go off track. I'm doing my best. I'm a little sleep deprived. I've been talking to a lot of people. So,
good thing.
It's been a long year. I think we can all agree it's been a long year, right? We all agree. Lots happened, a lot of people dead, a lot of people suffering, and a lot of people who just want the suffering to stop, right?
Yeah.
So, I have a theory. I think that we just need to listen to each other. We just need to listen. And if you listen very carefully to what the other person is saying, and you take it into consideration, and you pick it apart, you dissect it. You just dissect what's in front of you, right? You put all of the facts out on the table, you arrange them in such a way, and you arrange them in the way that that person tells you to, and if it lines up into a nice, neat picture, we're good, right? However, if this picture is instead faulty, missing pieces out of place, out of order, whatever, now we know that person's logic is faulty, right? All I'm doing is I'm piecing these things together, and I'm looking at the faults. Follow? Yeah. And then I point at the faults, and I say, okay, well, wait a minute. What about this? What about this thing here? What do you think about that? Okay? And then they have two options. I've now pointed out that this picture is faulty, right? So they have two options. Maybe three. Let me think. Let me start with two. One, they can fix it, right? I have shown them the error of their ways. They can fix the picture, right? Right. Option one. Two, they insist. Okay, three options. Two, they insist they're correct. The picture is actually right, right? Okay, now you have to convince that other person that the picture is correct and they're wrong.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Option three.
Yeah. Yeah. And
slam it and leave.
Sadly, a lot of people resort to number three pretty quickly. But
I have done that many times. I have done that, not from me. If it happens, it will not be from me. I 1000% guarantee you that. I promise.
Right. Well, that's great to hear. I think it'll be a great little debate night that we're going to have going on here. So what I think we'll do is we'll get somebody up here and we'll start off with whatever topic that they want. And I'll set a timer for maybe like 15 minutes, but if the debate's going good, we can extend it, obviously. But at least there's like that hard cutoff if we want to start getting more people in here.
Sounds
First
good.
person up is Bone Splinter.
All right, let's bring him in.
Hello, Mr. Bone Splinter.
Hello.
What will you be debating tonight with ALEC Gunter?
Anything at all?
I was mistakenly under the impression that I would be debating a topic of his choice, so you'll have to give me a few moments.
If ALEC has
Okay.
something to
Is there anything, by the way, that you can do about the audio? Just a little bit.
My audio being awful.
Just a little bit. If there's not, we can proceed. It's not a big deal.
Not really. I'm heading down the
that's
freeway
fine.
right now, so.
No worries. No worries. All right. I can pick a topic for you if you want. I'm more than happy to throw one out there. I'm wearing the shirt.
Sure.
I'm wearing the shirt, right? One of the first things that made me famous. If this flag offends you, what does it say? If this flag offends you, I'll help you pack, right? With the trans flag on it. What do you think about that?
What do I think about trans people in general, or the
Sure.
concept that the shirt describes?
Dealer's choice. What do you want? Or I can pick. Your choice.
Well, I think that trans people is probably the more controversial issue, so why don't we go with that? Or just
Sure.
take it that way.
Sure. I assume that we disagree. You think we disagree on that, right?
Yes, I would presume.
Okay.
Because I am
All right.
not pro-trans.
All right. I do want to stress this is an experiment that I'm doing for my chat. All right. So what I'm going to do right now, chat, is I'm going to ask simply, what is your stance? Give me your stance. Put it on the table.
Right? I think that, generally speaking, as it applies in politics, it is detrimental to society as a whole to have that as a mainstream possibility, or at least a normal part of the conscious collective experience or thought. I think on a very individualistic level, arguments could be made for justification, but I think that it leads to societal decay as it is accepted more readily, and that the vast majority of those instances where trans treatments and surgeries are involved, they are to the net detriment of the individual that receives them, to the net detriment of society, and not actually helpful in the grand scope of things to the individual.
Okay, so chat, here's what just happened. This lovely young gentleman decided to lay his picture out on the table. Think of it like a puzzle, right? Now we have a nice, disgusting, messy picture right in front of us, okay? It's disgusting. There are flaws all over, okay? It's flawed. And maybe you disagree with me. Maybe you think this picture looks fantastic. I think you're an idiot if you think this looks good. Okay, so let's start with, let's see. I want to start with what you said about the picture being, sorry, that's what I said. I'm sorry. I'm running on like a couple of hours of sleep at best. I'm sorry.
I've done that before.
If I mess up. Right. Absolutely. I think we all have. So let's start with, you think that trans people, the concept of transness is decaying society. Is that accurate?
I wouldn't say that it is the main thing. I would say it is a symptom of a decay that leads to further problems, not the direct cause.
Okay. A symptom of decay that leads to further problems. Okay. So you think that trans people are causing society to decay, correct?
Yeah, I would say that that's the trans people is maybe putting it a little. I wouldn't quite say that, just because people themselves are often unwitting participants in a lot of these things. But the ideology, the thing that allows for that, the encouragement or validation of that, I would say, is causing society.
Okay, so you think that trans people are victims. You think that trans people are victims, right?
A good deal of them, yes.
Okay, so trans people are victims. So that means that you do not want to hurt trans people, right? Because they're victims. You don't want anything bad to happen to them. You just want them to be able to live their lives in peace, right? They're victims. They should be able to live their lives however they damn well please in peace, right?
I wouldn't quite say that either. I would say that a lot of people
want
things that aren't good for them, and being trans isn't good for the vast majority of people who are. And I think that as we encourage or allow that as a society, we're allowing people to harm themselves. I don't think that should be the case.
That's perfect. So here's what just happened, chat. I challenged him, okay? And he proved me wrong. Because what I just said to him is, I think that trans people, if they're victims, deserve to live their lives in peace however they damn well please. He retorted very, very well. He retorted very well. That was a very good response. What he said was, okay, if you look at this objectively, He said, no, I don't think that we should just leave them alone. They're hurting themselves. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'd say that's a fair summation.
Yeah. Now, chat, would you guys leave somebody alone who is hurting themselves? Or would you try to help them? Which one do you think? If you see somebody hurting themselves, you want to try to help them, right? Let's just cut to the chase because we only got 15 minutes, right? You agree?
Yeah, exactly.
You're trying to help trans people. You're trying to help them.
Indeed.
Okay, great. Guys, he's trying to help you. Do you guys understand that? This man thinks that he is trying to help trans people. I think that's great. I think that is a wonderful cause, man. And I hope that you continue to try to help trans people because a lot of them are in a lot of pain. They're suffering. And you know they're suffering, right? That's why they're hurting themselves, right? And you just want to help them. You want to help make them not suffer anymore.
Well,
you're not the bad guy.
I think not suffering anymore kind of has the innuendo of killing them. I'm not necessarily for that either.
But on an objective level, you don't want trans people to suffer. You don't want to hurt them. You don't want them to be hurting. You want to help them, right? Correct?
Indeed. So I would not necessarily equate harm with suffering. Sometimes you do things that feel good that are damaging to you in the long run. So
self-harm.
Delineate those.
Self-harm, right? You just described self-harm.
Self-harm is one of those things, but also just like bad habits can lead to long-term
self-harm. Also self-harm. Drinking is self-harm. You're harming yourself, right? Great. Self-harm, right? You want to stop the suffering of people who are committing self-harm, right?
Indeed.
Great. And you think that trans people are committing self-harm and you're trying to help them, right?
Correct.
Great. Guys, he sees that you guys are self-harming and he's trying to help you. What he sees when he sees a trans person is somebody who is hurting themselves. Do you guys understand? Do you understand? What's your name? Bone Splinter, do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
Great. And so far, Bone Splinter, you sound like the good guy to me. You're trying to help people who are hurting themselves, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, Bone Splinter's the good guy in his own story. So why the hell is he going to listen to you, chat, if you call him a fucking transphobe? He's trying to help trans people. What's wrong with you? Why would you call him that? He doesn't think he's that. He thinks he's trying to help him. He's not a transphobe in his head. Now, let's make this idiot understand that he is a transphobe, okay? Because he is. Let's show him the error of his ways. Are you open to that, Bone Splinter?
I'd be interested to hear your arguments.
Great, perfect. So, you said that trans people are decaying society, or at least trans ideology, correct?
Yes, I would say that.
Okay, what do you mean by decaying society? How is trans ideology decaying society? Let's go through it.
I would say it's decaying society both by contributing to the undermining of the moral fabric and to direct physical outcomes. People live worse quality of life because of it, and people get into bad rabbit holes.
Great. So trans ideology is making people live worse lives, right?
Correct.
And I would love to see your source on that. Let's pull it up. What you got?
I'm driving right now, so I can't.
Okay, no worries. No worries. What should I Google search? Tell me something to Google search that I can find that will help you, right? Show me, because I'm listening to you right now. Help me understand how being trans is making society a worse place to live. Help me understand how trans ideology is decaying society by giving me a source that I can find. Something that I will trust.
I would probably suggest Googling, and I would compare that not only just...
Sorry. You got to start over. Hold on, man. You got to start over. That's another thing, chat. If you can't hear the person talking, stop them. If you can't hear them, stop them. This is empathy. You can't hear them. Why would you let them continue talking? Stop them. This is part of the lesson. We can't hear them. Can't hear you, man.
No.
Still can't hear you. We'll wait. How much time we got?
We have 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 10 seconds.
Okay. We'll give him the full 5 minutes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. See? Instantly.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Dang it.
Yes, we can hear you. See? He can't hear us now. See?
Okay, perfect.
He can't
There we
empathize
go.
with us because he can't hear us. Okay, great. Now we can empathize with him because we can hear him, and he can empathize with us because he can hear us. Perfect, right? We're all listening to each
Indeed.
other.
I would suggest...
So, go on. Give me a source.
I would suggest Googling trans suicide rates and then comparing that with before and after the legalization.
Legalization of what?
Trans surgeries and hormone therapies.
When was that legalized? I thought that was always just kind of allowed. Like it was like looked down upon, but is that wrong? When was trans surgery legalized? Let's try that. Transgender legal history in the United States. Is Wikipedia okay?
Yeah, usually they're pretty good.
Okay, just making sure some people don't like it. So in the 1960s, and this is, see, we were missing information, guys. This is part of the experiment as well. Everything here is a piece of the puzzle. We were missing information. We had to go find it. Okay. I could sit here, okay, and be angry at him because he just told me like a bullshit statistic that I don't believe exists, which is true. I don't. So I could sit here and tell them that and be like, "You're an idiot." What is that going to accomplish? Whose mind are we changing, right? Nobody's. He's the good guy, remember? Convince him he's the bad guy. Here we go. 1960s. First case to consider transsexuals in the U.S. was heard. Okay, so this is like, I don't think they ever outlawed surgery itself. Not to my knowledge. You'll have to try again.
Yeah, if you just Google the suicide rates and then compare that to as more and more states have allowed the processes and procedures, including hormone therapy, you will see that as that stuff rises, so does the suicide rates.
Okay, so as the rate of trans surgical procedures goes up, the suffering goes up. Like we can say that like they're regretting. The regret rates are high, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And not just the
that's
surgery,
bullshit. No, they're not.
The hormone stuff as well.
No, that's bullshit. The regrets rates are low. They're super low. They're lower than any other medical procedure in the world. What are you talking about? Where'd you get that? What are you talking about?
Google.
Okay, what do I Google? Go on. I'm listening.
I would say trans suicide rates year by year. I'd Google that.
2 minutes.
Wait. That's not what we just said. Hold on. Or how much?
2 minutes.
Okay. When we do this quick, okay? I need to tell you, that's not what you said. You didn't say trans suicide rates, okay? You said regret rates, correct? Regret rates for
I
trans
said suicide
procedures.
rates.
Okay, but then you agreed on regret rates. Are you saying that the regret rates are low and you can still have a good position? Your regret rate should be high, right? Because it's clearly making people suffer. That makes sense. They should be high, right?
Not
Do you see
necessarily.
how we're fixing the picture?
A lot of people
You and me are
don't have regret rates for being druggies, and they're still harming themselves and suffering for it.
So they're not
Regret
suffering then.
rates.
They want to harm themselves. So let them. What are you talking about? You're not. They don't want to be helped. Stop helping them. Why are you trying? This is like BLS 101. If somebody says they do not want to be helped, you can't help them. You can't. Not allowed. They're of sound mind. They know what they're doing. You're allowed to cut yourself. That is legally protected. Don't help them. They don't want it. Stop helping them. Okay. Let them harm themselves.
And I think that's
They know what they're doing.
Fundamentally.
Okay. Well, then the regret rate should be high, right?
And
It's okay. It's okay. We can just
a
disagree
question.
fundamentally, man. We can leave your messy picture right here where it's at, and we can come back to it later. But it's still messy, and I still think that it's wrong.
I mean,
But I don't hate you. I just think
people
you're
can
confused.
disagree. Genuine question though: how, in your mind, why would the regret rate not be reflected in the suicide rate?
Because if you so the suicide rate and the regret rate are completely different.
Time is up. Thank you, Bone Splinter.
All right, we're gonna Bone Splinter, real quick. We're gonna leave your messy picture right where it's at. If you ever want to revisit it, hit me up.
Yeah, we'll probably even do this again if you ever want to, Alec.
I will do this until the day I die.
Fantastic. All right, next up we have Fire Owl, who said he only has 5 minutes. We'll give him the 15-minute timer. But if he's got to leave in 5 minutes, that is perfectly fine. All right, Fire Owl. What do you want to debate with Mr. ALEC GUNTER today?
Hello.
I would only like to ask him a few questions and see if he would actually be able to be open to answering them at the best possible convenience to him.
I will answer whatever questions you have. I am willing to listen.
Excellent. So I want to start off by asking the first question, which is, recently there has been pushes by the U.S. government under the Trump administration to designate Antifa as a foreign terrorist organization, with growing evidence of potential external leads, including the possible affiliation with cartel groups. Do you think that there is a potentiality that they could be designated as an actual foreign terrorist organization? And if they are you willing to accept that there may be a potentiality that the left could be, if not more so, violent than the right?
That was a lot.
Mr. Gunter,
let's
I am
see. So-
approaching you as a fellow intellect, not as an idiot. I would hope you'd be able to answer the question.
I understand you're very smart, man. Now, Chad, here we go. This is another lesson. You guys need to pay attention, okay? And I want you to listen too. Can you, Fire Owl, you're very smart. And since you're very smart, here's what I need you to do. I need you to listen very carefully to the next words that come out of my mouth, okay? Can you do that?
Okay.
Please? Great. You're listening. Great. He is smart, guys. Look at what a genius he is. Look at our little genius over here. He's doing great. This is a technique known as tough love, guys. We love this guy. We love Fire Owl. And that's why we're giving him a small dose of pain. A very, very small, very, very direct dose of pain and an insecurity of his. He is afraid of looking stupid. Aren't you?
Sure, who isn't?
There you go. It's an insecurity. He openly admits it. I'm glad you own it. You need to get over that, man. Let's continue. I already forgot what we're talking about.
So the question was, with the potentiality of Antifa being designated a foreign terrorist organization with growing and stacking
Right. I remember.
But not limited to the inclination of them being involved with cartel groups. Do you think that there could be a potentiality in which you can accept the prospect that the left could be, if not more so, violent, if not the same level of violence as the right? I've heard you on multiple streams. I've heard you on multiple of your streams incline that the right is indeed a very violent and very, very dangerous group of people, and I think we're showing more and more evidence with each and every single day that is increasingly espousing the idea that the left could be, if not more so, violent.
Those were a lot of smart words. You're a good boy, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We are going to talk about Antifa, okay? We're not going to talk about conservative organizations because you asked my opinion about Antifa. So let's talk about Antifa. All right, you're a smart guy. So let's see if you can...
I did not ask your opinion on Antifa, sir.
You can't interrupt me, man. You can't.
I asked you of your position on whether they can be deemed more
fire owl
violence.
You're not listening, man.
No, Mr. Hunter, I understand you like to actually try to.
I don't think. No, you don't understand anything. No.
I asked you to answer this question.
Nope.
Would you please do me the service of answering this question? Because the reality is, I know you like to, avoid answering questions.
You gotta let him talk himself out sometimes, guys. Go on. No, please. Sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry. Keep going. We're letting you talk yourself out. Go on. You're very smart. We're listening.
Will you be open to accepting the potentiality that the left can be more so, if not of equal capacity of violence, than the right? Would you be willing? Yes or no?
Would I be willing to accept that? If you can prove it, smart guy, let's go. Let's see it. Lay it out.
It's not a matter of proving.
Show us your smart
I'm
picture.
asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Okay.
Again, I will answer. I don't have that much time to be able to answer your question.
Well, then say shorter sentences, dumbass. You're not smart.
Well, okay, so you're
very stupid because you have very limited time and you're saying very long sentences. Do you understand that? Why the fuck do I care what you think? You're an idiot. You are an idiot who is afraid of being seen as an idiot.
And being diligent within their process, within their communication with
the opposition. I don't even care. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
For the audacity of challenging you on a very big question.
Nope. You're not listening to me, man. You're not listening. I'm done. Get out of here.
You're also not listening to me.
Goodbye. I cast you out. You cast
me out. Okay. Hey, guys.
All right.
Thank you. Come on back when you're ready to listen, buddy. I know that you're smart enough to do it. I believe in you.
Next up, we have Metalhead Max.
All right, let's go. What's up, Max?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
How you doing?
Doing good.
All right.
How are you?
So I'll talk a little bit about police, actually, and the ACAB messaging that a lot of people on the far left engage in. What are your thoughts on that?
The anti-police messaging?
Yes. What are your thoughts on it?
I understand it. I don't always agree. I don't think that every single police officer is individually a bad person. And frankly, none of them think that they are, right? Nobody thinks that they're the bad guy in their own story. We have to assume that. So every single police officer out there thinks that they're the good guy. So when they're called the bad guy, that's not going to help, is it? So while I understand ACAB, I understand it. Okay, it's coming from hurt people, right? People are being hurt by the police.
Okay, but you understand how it could be harmful to police reform when people start saying things like ACAB or defund the police or some of the BLM messaging that you hear about how the extremism, the rioting, and all that stuff, and you have to admit that it's not good for police reform, right?
Well, let's talk about that. I think that the people who are saying ACAB, we agree that a lot of them have been hurt by the police, right?
Sure.
Okay. So if they're being hurt by the police, they're going to see the police as bastards, right? If they've been hurt over and over and over again. So if they've been 4, 5, 6 police officers who have just hurt this one guy, every single time this guy's encountered a police officer, they've been a piece of shit to him. He's going to be like, yeah, police officers suck. Every single interaction that I've had with a police officer has been negative. Yeah, all cops are bastards.
I don't think that means every cop is bad, though. That's just an anecdotal experience.
You're right. So let's talk about this, Max. How do we convince that guy that not all cops are bastards? What do you think?
I mean, you can show them examples of cops doing good things or exposing corruption in the police force because there are cops that do that.
There you go.
Yeah, so we agree on that.
Right? Not all cops are bastards, right?
Yes, I agree with that.
I believe you.
I think that the messaging of saying that we should abolish the police, I think that's bad because we need police officers. We need good police officers, not bad ones. The problem is
1,000%.
Okay, so we agree on that. Okay, cool. And also I think it becomes a problem when people start saying things about how they label certain things that are like, clearly self-defense is police brutality. You want me to give you an example of that?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I was watching a video about this one woman named Sydney Wilson. Are you familiar with her at all?
Sydney Wilson, I think I've heard the name, yes.
Okay, so the media wanted to portray her as like, a victim of police brutality with like, all those pictures of her smiling and stuff like that. But the body cam footage actually shows that she was aiming towards the police officer with a knife. Do you agree that that's self-defense if the police officer shoots in response to that? If the woman has a knife and she's going towards the police officer and the cop is trying not to hurt her, do you think that it's self-defense if the cop does shoot in an instance like that?
Okay, so let me break this down. So you got the woman who's got a knife and she's lunging at a police officer, right?
Correct.
And the police officer takes out a gun and shoots her to defend himself, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much for the raid, No Justice MTG. Welcome in. I hope that you guys settle in because we have a long night ahead of us. We're doing some deprogramming of fascists. This is not a fascist. This is, can I say who you are, Max?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Alec is my brother.
This is my brother, Max. It's my brother, Max. Max has some disagreements with me that we're talking about right now. So, Max, so you just asked me, is it okay for him to defend himself, right?
Yeah, is it?
Well, obviously, right?
Okay.
Because like
so we agree.
So in an instance, right, if we just take an instance of a woman who lunges at a police officer with a knife, I think we can all agree that that police officer has the right to defend himself as anybody would, right? We can agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay, now what's going on with this specific instance with Sydney Watson? Because I have no idea.
I told you that like she was moving towards the police officer with a knife, like, and the cop was trying not to shoot her.
Okay,
and
so
then, like, cop shot her.
right, we went over that. What I'm asking is, let me phrase it differently. What is people's problem with it? What are people saying?
Well, the problem is with the fact that I don't see a lot of people in like, BLM condemning like the, what Sydney Wilson did or like calling out like, hey, this is not an example of police brutality. I don't see a lot of that. I see this oftentimes with like, or how about the example of, Sam Sharp? This was near the RNC last year. And, he was shot by the police after he was running towards another guy with a knife, and people called that police brutality and were protesting over that.
Okay, Max, you're not listening. Hold on, Max, you're not listening. Okay, I understand that it is bad. So you didn't listen to me. Okay, I need you to absorb this idea, and I'm only being like this because I need people to understand. Okay, I am not trying to condescend you, I promise, but I need you to absorb the following idea. Right? I know you're talking to me, and I know that lunging at the police officer with a knife is a bad thing to do, and the police officer is more than entitled to protect himself, right?
Yeah, we agree on that.
Okay, so if that is all you're telling me about this story, I don't know what other people's problem with it is. They must be idiots. They must be psychos, right? They're just psychos. We should lock them up.
Yeah, but the problem is that there's a lot of people who like, protest and they hear like, about these stories and they don't know.
Why are they protesting? Why are they protesting? What are they protesting? Are they protesting the fact that they cannot lunge at a police officer with a knife? Is that what they're protesting?
I mean, probably. It's like, they probably don't even know the full story.
No, come on, Max. You got a big brain, man. Come on, use your brain. Do you really think that people are? Do you really think that people are at that protest saying, "Yeah"? What do the signs say? Do the signs say "stab police"? Do they say that?
They don't say that, but like the problem.
They don't say it. They just want to. They just want to do it for why? Why do you think they want to do that?
Can I finish my statement? So the problem with
Sorry,
it.
I interrupted.
Okay, so the problem with it is that it sends a false narrative about this specific person that he was murdered by the police when he wasn't. The issue, and when people hear about the full story and realize, oh, wait a minute, the cop was acting in self-defense, people are like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to be part of this movement anymore. That's what happens.
What'd you just say?
I just said,
say it again,
when
that last part.
Like, they hear about the fact that, the cop was acting in self-defense, and then less people want to be part of the movement.
Sounds like you got your answer, man. Just tell them what happened. They'll believe you, right? Because that's what happened. Yeah, just tell them. Just go tell them.
Now,
tell them.
Let me be clear about something. I'm not saying that police brutality doesn't happen. There are instances of that happening, and I support police reform. I think the issue is when people start labeling things as police brutality that are not police brutality. That's where it becomes an issue, in my opinion.
That was not the conversation, man. I don't know where that came from. I don't
it's
know why you're here. Why did you bring me to this place, Max? Why did you bring me to this place? There's nothing here for me. Let's go back.
I'm talking to you about the messaging of like the far left and ACAB. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, the message. Okay, so the messaging, but the specific example that you had used was this protest, and what you're saying these people are protesting is The fact that is police brutality. They're protesting police brutality, right? That's what they're protesting?
Well, they might think it's police brutality, sure.
Oh, yeah, they think that, don't they? So they, in their minds, right? If you thought that police brutality was happening, do you think that they'd be justified?
If they thought it was happening, I mean,
Yes.
it would still be like, it still wouldn't be right because it isn't police brutality. That's the issue with it.
Okay, so then what's the solution here? Because they think they're the good guys and you think you're the good guy. So what's the solution here?
I think we need to get the full story before like people start like, going out on the streets and protesting. That's what I think people should do.
Let's get the full story. How about we do that right now? How much time do we have?
We have 4 minutes.
Okay, we can do this real quick.
ahead.
Let's get the full story. Which one would you like me to look up?
Sam Sharp.
Sam Sharp News. I don't know who that character is. Hold on. Let me make sure that I'm
Police. Look up
not
Sam
pulling
Sharp
one.
Police.
Sam Sharp Police. I was going to say that did not look like a real person.
The RNC. Yeah, it was an RNC event last year. Near the RNC event last year.
Okay, here we go. Family of Sam Sharp shot and killed by police during RNC. Hires attorney Nate Cade. Key points. The family of Sam Sharp Jr., killed by Columbus, Ohio police officers during the 2024 Republican National Convention, has retained a civil rights attorney. The attorney is reviewing the investigation material and the contracts between Milwaukee and Columbus to determine if the federal lawsuit will be filed. Sharp was shot 23 times by 5 officers while allegedly lunging at another man with knives. Okay. That's a lot of shots for like one guy and 5 police officers. So wait, hold on. Now here's the thing, chat. You have to get good at looking for these little inconsistencies. And I'm going to tell you what I mean. Max's story here is that Sharp lunged at a police officer, right?
With a knife,
and then
yes.
he was shot. Yes, and then he was shot by 5 of them, 23 times.
Yeah, I mean, they had to save the guy's life, the other guy's life.
By having 5 police officers shoot 23 bullets into this man. It's a gun and a knife fight. It's 5 guns in 1 knife. Who's the bigger threat here?
I mean, like, the problem is that, like, you don't want the other guy to die, do you?
No, but you don't need 5 guys with guns for 1 guy with a knife. That I can't even come up with a metaphor better than that.
My point
what
is,
are you talking about?
Do you think it's police brutality? Yes or no? Like, it's a very simple
I think
question.
what I think it is overexertion of force. Police officers are trained like dogs to perceive threats and attack them like fucking animals. Okay, so the moment that they see somebody, even like accidentally, like just I don't know, like a mental health crisis. You know this. Please. Hi. Oh, sorry. 1 sec. It's a chicken thing from the gas station. You can have.
I'll pause the timer.
I'm so sorry.
All right. Thanks.
You can. Do you want it, or it's up to you? Yeah, no worries. All right. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Disproportional force, and I think that. Okay, I think that we can agree, Max, that police officers are overtrained to kill, right? They're overtrained to kill. And that's why 5 of them
I agree with that.
saw 1 guy with a knife and shot him 23 times, right?
I mean, maybe, but they still saved the guy's life.
Maybe.
The other guy's life.
You just agreed that there's a possibility that we overtrain police officers to kill, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are examples of like police officers who do abuse their power, like the Eric Garner instance. I don't support what happened to him, for example. Or Tamir Rice.
So you agree?
12-year-old kid who got shot by police. I don't support that.
So you agree that we train police officers to kill, and we do it with great efficiency, right? We do it with so much efficiency, it's to a fault. We have 5 guys shooting 1 guy with a knife 23 times. That's a little overkill, I think.
I mean, if your argument is that we should train the police better, I completely agree with you. We do need better police.
You know what?
Training.
That's a great solution, Max. That's a great solution. Almost like all of the cops are bastards until we fix them, right?
No, they're not all bastards.
They're not all bastards, but a whole 5 of them are. Can we agree that 5 of them are?
I mean, they saved a guy's life. Like the other guy who was like, being lunged at with a knife.
You're not listening. I need you to listen.
Like, they're not bastards because they saved the guy's life.
They didn't need all that force. That's my point. Do you understand?
Okay.
Fine. You know what? We can chat. This is a great teaching moment. You're right. They saved his life. It was self-defense and they saved his life. I grant you that. I concede that point. Agreed?
Okay, yeah.
All right, let's move on. Okay? Next point. Okay. Here's what I would like to talk about next. Okay? Now, chat, what I just did is I just conceded the debate. I just conceded that part. We're going to move on to the next part and talk about the force of the police and how much force they do. Okay? And I think our time's up.
I was about to say,
our time's up.
I guess we'll go ahead and get somebody else in. And Max, if you want to come up here in a little bit and we can continue this, that is perfectly fine.
All right. Thank you, Max.
It was a good discussion, though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, see, good discussion. Have a good night. See, did you hear that? Good discussion. We disagreed and it was a good discussion. And we made a lot of headway.
All right. Next up, we have Wonder What's Next. That is their name. That is not me wondering what is next. Hello. Oh.
Hello.
Oh, sorry about that. My microphone was set to my VR headset. Hi.
Good. Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. You?
Doing pretty good. What's up?
Gotcha.
What's on your mind?
Your 15 minutes
Big
starts
fan
now?
of the channel. Thank you. I'll start my timer too.
Sure.
So big fan of the channel. I I like what you do. To
Thank you.
preface this, I am a leftist. I'm also Jewish,
Okay.
and as a Jew, I don't like leaving questions that we can probe on unanswered. So I guess I'm going to
Me
play a
neither.
little devil's advocate here, specifically in regards to Fire Owl's question. The way he phrased it is with growing evidence of the Antifa and the future of them being designation of them being labeled an extremist group, would you be willing to accept the prospects of the left being considered as violent, if not more so than the right? I guess the question that's being asked is if that's enough evidence for you.
So Antifa becoming a terrorist organization? No, that's not enough evidence for me. I do not trust the Trump administration to make that judgment call.
Gotcha. And I just wanted to clarify that to at least get some sort of answer on that. But if
Sure.
you wouldn't mind, do you think we could use the rest of the time to turn this into sort of a research segment to see about that?
We can take this conversation wherever you'd like.
Okay, yeah. Trying to figure, I'm having trouble figuring out where to start on this in regards to like where we would look in regards to the left being as violent as the right.
Okay. Well, what do you think of that premise? Like, just is the left more violent than the right, or just as?
Personally, I don't believe so, but I do want to at least look at it because I haven't really looked into this as much.
Okay, we can look into it now. You want to do that?
Absolutely.
Great. What do you think would help us?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Personally, if we could find statistics on political violence with alignment, although it does look like FireEye pulled up a Reuters article specifically stating U.S. prosecutors bring first Antifa terrorism charges in Texas state police shooting case.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay, so here we go. So Fire Owl. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you finished?
You're good.
Okay, so Fire Owl, smart boy that he is, decided that because he was kicked off the panel, he is going to try to get me to listen this way. Fire Owl is hurting, and he knows that I hurt him, okay? And so now he's trying to communicate to me that I hurt him because I did not listen to him.
To be clear,
You didn't listen to me either, Fire
this
Owl.
was my personal choice. Fire Owl, we don't talk. We have some history.
Yeah, no. I have nothing against you being friends with Fire Owl.
We're not,
fine.
but
Never
I
mind.
did want to hear it out.
Okay, but if you were friends, I just wouldn't have a problem with it. That was my only point. So here's the article from Fire Owl. U.S. prosecutors and because we're such nice people, we're going to listen to this smart little cookie. U.S. prosecutors bring first Antifa terrorism charges in Texas police shooting case. Okay, so this is not statistics, Fire Owl. Hold on a minute. Fire Owl. You said you were smart. I don't believe you. All right, let's look up real statistics, shall we? Okay, so what we're looking up. And he wasted our time, by the way. You went out of your way for Fire Owl, and he just wasted your time. That's not very smart of him. All right, so statistics. Political violence statistics by party. Thank you, Fire Owl, for the very wrong turn there.
You did bring up another article specifically in regards to looks like it's from the Independent on left-wing political attacks. I would like to address this at some point, but I'd like to see what research you found.
Sure. What data shows about political extremist violence? This is from pbs.org. Do we trust this site? I think
PBS?
we do. Yeah. Seems fine.
I don't see a reason not to.
Yeah. Analysis, what data see, and that if in case you're not sure, like especially with Wikipedia guys, just ask if it's okay if we use that. Okay, that's good listening. Analysis, what data shows about political extremist violence? Did you have something you want to say? It sounded like you.
No, I was
Okay.
No, my sinuses are acting up. You're good.
Sorry about that. Okay. After the September 10th, 2025 assassination, blah, 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 blah. We're not looking for that. We're looking for the statistics. So where are they at? Okay. Patterns and incidents and fatalities. Despite differences in definitions, several consistent patterns emerge from available evidence. Now, this may not be separating it by political violence, but I still think this is valuable. Do you know why?
I don't.
Okay. Because what we're trying to do is stop the crime, right? We're trying to stop the violence, right?
Correct.
Okay. So what if it's not just political party that we should be looking at? Everybody wants to look at left and right. We're all fighting. Left versus right, up versus down. What if it's both directions? We don't know. Stop thinking in that way. Leave that behind, all right? Which what we're going to do is we are going to get to the root of the problem: political violence, patterns in incidents and fatalities. This is what we're looking for. Perfect, right? Okay, great. Politically motivated violence is a small fraction of total violent crime. Well, that's one. Okay, so just keep in mind, politically motivated violence, small fraction. Like, we're talking, you know, we'll be generous. What does it say? First half of 2025, 35% of. Okay, so that's not giving us what we want. Hold on. Oh, sorry. By the way, if I'm talking too fast, you can say I've been.
No, you're good. We have like 9 minutes left. It's fine to talk fast.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad you agree. Current research overstates American support for political violence. Recent political events, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right. Provocative survey data show that a large share of Americans, between 8 and 40%, support politically motivated violence. I don't think this is what we want. I don't know. Let me go back. Can we just agree that it's like 10%? 10% of all violent crimes? It's a pretty healthy chunk. It came from my brain. We're trying to figure out, because we know that it's a small fraction of total violent crime. We already know that. So I'm just giving it a highball, 10%. Can we agree on that for the purposes of the conversation?
We'll say, as in terms of a hypothetical, yes.
Sure, great. In the first half of 2025, 35% of violent events tracked by University of Maryland researchers targeted U.S. government personnel or facilities, more than twice the rate in 2024. Okay, I gotta reread that. Hold on. Why can I not comprehend this right now? Hold on, I'm sorry. All right, 35. Okay, I got it. So 35% of violent events tracked by University. Okay, right-wing extremist violence has been deadlier than left-wing. Okay, we got our answer right there. There you go. Right-wing extremist violence is deadlier than left-wing violence. That's the question you were trying to get answered, correct?
Yes, and
okay.
That has a source, right?
Yes, this is pbs.org. I have it pulled up right now. I can send it in the chat.
Alec, if you go a couple paragraphs down, I saw something that said something about left-wing violence.
Did I miss something?
Down, it says like left-wing makes up about like 10 to 15% of incidents.
Well, okay. Gotcha. So 10 to 15%, and then, well, the same website. Where does it say that? 15? 10?
The paragraph starts with the by contrast.
By contrast. Okay.
There we go. By contrast, left-wing extremists. All right, illustrative cases include the 2015 Charleston church shooting when white supremacist Dylan Roof killed 9 black parishioners, the 2018 Tree of Life synagogue attack in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I got all that. By contrast, left-wing extremist incidents include those tied to anarchist or environmental movements, have made up about 10 to 15% of incidents and less than 5% of fatalities. So incidences versus fatalities, less than 5% of fatalities, okay? Why doesn't it give us a percentage for the conservatives, though? I don't understand that. Well, here it is. 168 people in the deadliest domestic terrorist attack in U.S. history. That's from right-winger. 23 people, 11. So 5% of fatalities of all political violence comes from leftists, is what this says, correct? Am I reading this correctly, guys?
I still don't see the link in chat. Can someone send that?
Oh, sorry. I'll send that. Hold on. I said I would. There it is. I don't think this is saying that the left is overrepresented. Is it? Am I wrong? Okay. Am I correct? It looks like it's saying only 5% of all fatalities in political violence comes from left-wing ideology. 95% comes from right-wing ideology. That's what it's saying, right?
On PBS? Okay.
Yeah, right?
It would say 90. I'd assume 95 would be like 95% either not politically aligned or right wing.
Well, but it's specifically politically motivated violence that we're looking at, isn't it?
Okay, well, I guess if it was specifically that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can account for like centrist, or like you can have a centrist, I guess, do it maybe radical centrism, but you know. You get the point.
Yeah. So I'm seeing here in the patterns and incidents and fatalities, it says based on government and independent analyses, right-wing extremist violence has been responsible for the overwhelming majority of fatalities, amounting to approximately 75% to 80% of U.S. domestic terrorism deaths since 2001.
There you go.
I'm going to go ahead and click those sources that they cite. Looks like one of them is for the Government Accountability Office, Countering Violent Extremism, GAO 17300. And one from the ADL. I don't know if the ADL would be considered a trustworthy source by these people, so I'll go ahead and link the GAO.
Sure. So you have your answer, right? That was what you came here for.
For the most part.
Good. Now we can keep going. How much time we got?
We have 3 minutes 57 seconds. Yeah.
Is there a place to see the timer? I can't see it. Great. Fantastic. Thank you.
Timer's on screen.
So we got 3.5 minutes left. We could keep going down the route of why they're doing it. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? I'm not interested in just stopping at conservatism. You know, if you want to leave the cave, we can. Oh, I never explained the cave metaphor to you guys. That's going to be very confusing as fuck. I tried to imagine these debates as me delving into your mind, like a cave. Okay? So right now, we're in the part of the cave where we have discovered, look, we made a discovery. We've been told by these other people that conservatives are not committing as much crime as leftists, right? They were wrong. We just researched that and they were wrong, right? We're in that part of the cave. But that's what you came here for, but now I'm interested. I want to keep going. Let's keep going. So let's go deeper into the cave. Great.
Again, I'm
we
Jewish.
got 2.5.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Let me stop babbling. So we're going deeper into the cave. We're going to talk about why conservatives commit more political violence. You want to do that?
Sure, yeah.
It's up to you. Or you can go, we can talk about something else. What do you want to do?
Yes, to address Firel in chat, yes, the question is no longer yours. We did that at the beginning. I am now doing this for my curiosity.
There you go.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, let's go. So let's explore this. So conservatives are committing more political violence. Why do you think they're doing that?
Again, I wouldn't know. I'm here to learn.
You don't know. They're just doing it. They just like doing it.
I don't know about liking doing it.
They don't like, so they don't like doing political violence.
Critically speaking, I think it's from a point of feeling they've been pushed to a point of no return.
Okay, so they're pushed to a point of no return. Okay? Interesting. So they feel like they're being forced to do this, okay? Why do you feel like you would be forced to commit violence like that?
I am going along the same metric.
Okay, cool. I don't want to Fed post, sorry. We should be careful of that. But
oh, yeah.
None of us want to commit political violence. We're just talking about why a hypothetical person might want to, okay? We're trying to reduce political violence here. This is the whole project, okay? So this is good. So we need to figure out why conservatives commit political violence. It's not just because they like to do it. You acknowledge that, right?
Correct.
Right. So why else? Why do you think?
Why do I think what? I'm sorry.
Why do you think conservatives commit political violence? Do they just do it for fun?
No, again, I think it's because politically they feel like they've been pushed, again, to point
of no return.
We now, what that would be, I'm not sure.
What I just did is I completely forgot what you just said, and I wandered back into the last part of the cave, okay? So, yeah, so they're pushed to the edge, okay? What would push you to the edge to make you want to hurt somebody?
Personally, if I felt they were threatening my life. There is a question from chat I do want to address as well.
Sure. 20 seconds.
They say, would the left get more violent if Antifa became labeled as a terrorist?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Would the left get more violent if Antifa became labeled as a terrorist organization?
I haven't the slightest clue. If it goes from 5 to 10%, that still leaves 80% on your guys' side, okay? Just letting you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know either.
If it doubles, it could double. It could literally double, and you would still be beating us by like 4/5, okay? Sorry. All right, we're good.
Time is up.
That's a silly question.
All right. Next up, I don't know how to say this person's name, but I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna assume it's something similar to Boober, but I'm just gonna.
Let's do it.
We'll invite them up.
Let's do it.
Oh, yo.
Hello, Boober. How are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I'm very good. How about you? Oh,
doing good, thank you.
I know how you
What's on your mind?
So, can I ask you a kind of personal question? I will ask you.
Absolutely.
Oh, thanks. Okay, so my question is because I saw that you, act kind of highly, I'd say. Like, you call people idiots and so on. But the question is, do you feel like you're smarter than most people? Like, let's say, in the world overall?
Nope.
No? Okay, so...
I'm just listening. I'm listening to people now. I'm listening to you right now. I think you're smart. That's why I'm listening. I know you can do this. I believe in you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so you don't think you're smarter than other people. Fine. So, that was kind of my question. All right, so personally, I'm not an American, so I don't know if there's a point in arguing about, like, American stuff. You get the point. So,
You don't think there's a point in arguing about American stuff?
What? Wait, could you repeat, please?
You said there's not a point in arguing about what again?
No. I said that what I'm saying is that I'm not American, so I don't think I'll be good enough about arguing.
I got it. What would you like to argue about? I love arguing.
Well, honestly, I have no idea. Do you have like anything?
Then why'd you come up, man? What would you? You came up to ask. No. I was being an asshole. Sorry, I was being an asshole. You already asked the question.
Honestly.
But you have You have 13 and a half more minutes. So what else would you like to talk about? Anything? Or I can suggest a topic.
Oh yeah, you can go on.
Absolutely. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Yeah, it's kind of late at night in my country, you know.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about your country. Teach me about your country.
Poland? Yeah, so,
yeah, Poland. I don't know much about Poland.
Do I go from like the very beginning, like how we got baptized and stuff like that? So do you want like a
Go from the primordial soup. Start there. No, I'm just kidding. Go from wherever you'd like to start.
Okay. You know, actually, like the war in Ukraine sounds interesting because you know I'm kind
Let's do
of
that.
5 minutes away from from that.
Really?
So,
That's
no,
crazy.
I'm joking. Like probably like 3-hour ride or something like this.
Okay, gotcha. Still, I mean, that's really close. Like I've been on a 3-hour drive, like to a war zone. Yeah, that's pretty close.
Like one thing happened. Like I remember some bomb fell and killed one man in our country. Wild. I don't know if it was Russian or Ukrainian, but this was like a year ago, maybe at the start of the war. So like a little fun fact.
Oh my God! How did you find out about that?
Oh, obviously media, like you know, thing happened.
Okay,
you know the.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure. It like didn't happen right in front of you or anything.
No.
Yeah, that'd be traumatic. I mean, it's still traumatic to see it in the news, but you know, it's a little different.
Honestly, I'm not really like crazy about the news. Like, if I see something like Russia will come to Poland and kill all the women, I wouldn't probably really care about that. Anyways, so about the war, I don't know if Russia will attack Poland in like the next 20 years. I'm not really scared about that, but political parties in our country sure do. I mean, that's what they say, you know, they threaten the country, the people in the country.
Yeah, they're
or that. Yeah, there's also like a more far right political party that says that we shouldn't care about Ukraine at all. We should leave them, let them be, let them get bombed. What do you think about that?
What do I think about that? I think that's really stupid. Oh, kitty cat. Sorry, got distracted. I think that's really fucking stupid. Like why? From an American perspective, okay. Like if you look at them as people, right? Like if you see somebody getting bullied, you're gonna go help them, right? You're the good guy. America's the good guy.
But is America the good guy?
I think so. What do you think? In this situation, we can agree, right? America's the good guy. He's helping the little guy out.
Maybe, yeah. Like
okay.
Objectively,
I could be wrong. You could prove me wrong.
In this case, probably, you're right.
Yeah, and if you think I'm not right at any point, I've done it already. I've conceded, okay, today. I've literally conceded points. I'm fine doing that. I will concede debates. I don't care if I lose anymore. I want the truth. Does that make sense to everybody? If you are correct, you will show me. So that's all I'm saying. Anyway.
Yeah, you know, like, I kind of found it funny at the beginning when you said all of this stuff about finding out about other people's perspective, and then you started.
It's great. It's fantastic. We're learning about your experience with the Ukrainian war. We're learning about...
No, like
over.
Debates, you know, just I'm all over the place. Yeah, you know, I kind of.
Great.
Do you feel like you treated what was his name? Firewall good? Like, do you think it was a good choice to, you know, just cast him out?
Yes. Convince me it wasn't. Convince me it wasn't. Go on.
Well,
I could be wrong. I could have been wrong.
Honestly, I personally believe you were, because he was just making a point, and you kicked him out. Simple. I don't know, what did you find exactly, like, you know, not very pleasing?
He's a very stupid person with a very high insecurity about his intelligence, and I just thought he was annoying, so I got rid of him. He was being annoying. I didn't want to talk to him anymore.
In my opinion, you shouldn't really look at those people, because look at the people like this overall, because maybe he had a bad day, maybe he just wrote it beforehand and presented it to you.
Here's where
you should take it more neutrally, you know.
Here's where the next lesson comes in chat. Are you done? You can continue.
Wait, you said something and I lost track, so you can continue.
Oh, sorry about that. So here's where the lesson comes in chat. The next lesson. This is called confidence. Okay, I'm going to teach you guys how to be confident. You ready? You must have empathy for yourself. Confident people have empathy for themselves. They understand the inner workings of their own mind. Okay, at least to the extent that they are so certain in the actions and the words that they take that they don't even think about it. They just do it. Okay, they fumble, they make mistakes. I almost doxed my uncle earlier. But you know what? Nothing bad happened. My mom caught me. It was fine. It was fine. Everything's fine. My uncle's fine. His phone number did not get out. And even if it did, we would have fixed it. Phone numbers get out sometimes, whatever. Shit happens, right? We all make mistakes. So I'm confident that any mistake that I make is going to be corrected by somebody, and then I'll learn. I learned. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? So I had the confidence to kick his ass out of my chat because I thought he was annoying. I did not. And another thing is I have empathy for myself, right? So I know my own energy levels, okay? He was giving me, oh no, here we go, emotional labor, right? He was making me do emotional labor, guys. I didn't want to do the fucking emotional labor with this dumbass who won't just recognize that he's not smart, okay? I didn't call myself smart, man. Stop peacocking. You're peacocking, okay? This is a strategy that the dumb like to use to look smart. They throw up their feathers and they look at me. Look at my big smart words. Look at how intelligent I am. No, you're not. You're a fucking peacock, okay? I rip off your feathers, you become a chicken.
In that case,
that's why I kicked you.
I'm pretty sure you should argue about the point, not the person. Like, you know, you shouldn't be mad at the person, but rather just take.
Why not?
Argument.
I can be mad at him.
Or I think that's the right way to debate. Like, let's say I saw a little kid on the street. He was really annoying. He screamed at me, told me that, well, his chocolate was better than what I was eating, you know? And I could do the same thing as you, tell him to get the hell out. But
so
because the little kid, you know, because what I can see, you call him an idiot, but you can compare it to a child, right? I think that even you should at least attempt to, you know, answer this child, because, yeah, I get that this makes you, you know, feel all bad and stuff, but personally, nah, that's not right. If you see a kid, you should
say that last part again.
What? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting so
okay, what I'm on is sorry, I'm kind of stoned, so going back to the point.
Oh, you're fine. I'm just sleepy. So, are you able? I know we're on a timer. Are you able to summarize it?
Answer anyone, regardless.
I did.
Of, like,
I know. I wanted to.
No, but
all right, I wanted to.
Did you really?
I did. I wanted to explain to him though that he does not have to sound smart for me. He is putting up so much effort. He is putting up so much effort to sound smart, and he doesn't need it. That's a crutch, man. You have a crutch, okay? You don't need it. You have a crutch, and you are perfectly able-bodied. Get rid of the crutch, okay? Stop doing that. That's pathetic. You don't need it, okay? Walk on your own 2 feet. You do not need that crutch. The peacock feathers, they're not doing anything for you. You're not that smart. Just suck it up. That's the only point I was trying to get across to him, and he got offended. He got offended because I injected him with a little dose of tough love, okay? All I did was say to the guy, you're not that fucking smart, okay? You shouldn't have taken it so fucking personally, and the fact that you did just proves that you're insecure about it. You are an insecure guy, okay? And I don't want to talk to a guy who can't even recognize his own insecurities and just laugh it off. Just chill, man. Fucking chill and just have a good time. We're just trying to talk, man. Jesus fucking Christ. This is the problem, is people have forgotten how to communicate, and it's an art. Communication is an art style, guys, right? It's a science. It is a science. Right now, I am injecting ideas into you guys' brains and unlocking things, okay? The material inside of your brain is just the same as mine. All the material is the same. All I'm doing is unleashing that information. My words do that for you, all right? Isn't that insane to think about? So, if he's not listening to me, the words coming out of my mouth are not registering. Get him out of here. He wasn't listening to me. He didn't give a shit that I thought he was insecure. He just threw up his peacock feathers even higher. He's like, no, I'm smart. Please, I'm smart. Get out of here. I don't have time for you. That's why I kicked him out. So you can convince me that I was wrong to do so, but maybe I was. I don't care.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine, honestly. Like, if someone was annoying me, I would have done the same. I would have killed him, the little kid. So yeah, you know, I'm not mad.
Great.
Anyways, you know, I got 3 minutes. I'm kind of, you know,
okay. What do you want to talk about? Or you can end it here.
I think, you know, so right. I have really nothing else to say, you know. Have a nice talk with others.
All right. Have a good night, man.
Great.
Thanks for talking.
I still have 3 minutes, you know, maybe we can... What's your favorite, like, ice cream flavor?
If I had to pick one, chocolate chip cookie dough. I just think it's perfect.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it's perfect. I haven't had it in so long. You made me want some. Fuck you.
Oh, sorry, man.
How dare you do this to me? Now I want ice cream and I have no ice cream. You just made me sad. How dare you do this to me?
Yo, also, like, I forgot, like, at the beginning of the conversation, what does the bottom text on your t-shirt mean?
Oh, it says, if this flag offends you, I'll help you pack.
Can you explain what does that mean? Because, you know, I'm not native speaker.
Oh, yeah, you're good. So, I'll help you pack means I'll help you pack to move to another country.
Oh. All right.
Yeah. There you go.
Does it offend anyone?
Anything else?
You think?
Does it offend anybody? It might. But what does the flag stand for?
People, I suppose.
I think it stands for love and acceptance.
Like, you could
what do you think?
It is about any other flag. In my opinion, like, it just sounds...
I think you could too. How about the Palestine flag? What do you think? Love and acceptance.
Well, Hamas isn't really good. Like, they would probably kill a gay man if he came up. So, you know...
I didn't ask about Hamas. I asked about the Palestine flag. What do you think? What do you think the Palestine flag stands for? Why do people wave the Palestine flag? What do you think?
Well, because...
Put yourself in their heads.
Interesting. So I think they don't support Israel pretty much because, you know, from very before the war started, I don't remember anyone bringing up Palestine at all. They just, jumped up on it because Israel attacked Palestine. The flag just isn't. It's not love. It's not anything. In fact, I think Palestine isn't really like a, could say, objectively good country at all. They have loves from Muslims, and I'm not.
Okay, Bober.
Like kill Jews, stuff like this. I don't like this personally.
Hey, Bober, it's your turn for some tough love, buddy. You know what?
Wanna hear it?
That's
Come
not
on,
the question I
bring it
asked,
on.
man. You did not answer the question that I asked, sir.
I don't find it. I don't think. What did you ask?
Why?
Again?
I need you to put. You have 30 seconds to see if you can do this. I need you to put yourself into the mind of somebody who would wave a Palestinian flag. Can you do that?
I think they're right because they're defending someone who's defenseless. Although
Yes, those people are in their minds, at least. Yes.
No.
They're the good guys in their story, right? The Palestinian flag holders are the good guys in their story. We have 10 seconds. Can you just agree with that, please?
Yup.
There you go. See, you think that they think that they're the good guys. How incredible is that?
They have good faith.
Ding, ding, ding.
All
All right. All the time we got.
Thank you, Boober. Is that how you say your
Thanks.
name? Or have we just been called?
No, I don't know how you say it. I just smashed that ooh thing in there.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. I learned a lot from you. And another thing is, people are saying, I see you guys in the comments, okay? I know you think I'm pretentious. I can't help how I sound. I know I sound pretentious. Fuck off. But I don't care. Because what I care about is that I'm learning from you guys. You guys are teaching me. I sound pretentious right now. I'll work on it later. Right now, I don't give a fuck, okay?
Right now, you're just trying to get the main
Let me
goal,
sound-
the main point.
Let me sound pretentious. I like being up on the platform and screaming my big boy words. Just let me sniff my own farts, goddammit. Okay? I think I deserve it. I've been through a lot lately, okay? Shut up.
Next up, we're going to bring up cheddar cheese.
Cheddar cheese, let's go.
All right. I have sent the invite.
By the way, how many more do we have? I'm just curious.
Right now,
Guten Tag.
there is 3 other people in chat with their hand raised. So
Cool. Can I take a brief breather?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great.
I
I will
was
be right
making a
back,
sandwich.
guys.
Can I
Okay.
finish making my sandwich
Oh.
soon?
Of course. What kind of sandwich are you having tonight?
Just the peanut butter and jelly. I don't got much food in my house.
Delicious.
Go to.
Why did you feel like you have to qualify that? Peanut butter and jelly is delicious. Just enjoy your peanut butter and jelly, okay? You don't have to defend yourself. Just say here, we're going to try something, Cheddar. Say with confidence. This time you're going to try it again. I'm eating peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Say it like you're proud of it.
I'm eating peanut butter and
Go on.
jelly sandwich.
There you go. See? We got there. What a beautiful sandwich.
Crazy. Oh my
Ingest it and enjoy it, okay? All right, I'll be right back.
Before I ingest it. Give me a minute.
All right, I'll be right back.
Same.
In just a sec.
I don't really want to do too much of a debate about research stuff, like I don't know, Ukraine war, police stuff. I kind of want to do something opinion based, because it's it's a lot easier to work with. I've seen a lot of times with the research thing. Well, like what's something that's big opinion?
Mace.
What's up?
Oh, trans one.
Sorry, I just did the same thing you did. We both just interrupted Cheddar while he was talking.
No, it's perfectly fine.
Okay. I'm glad to hear it's fine.
No,
What's up?
you're gonna do that. I'm gonna rage. You're gonna feel my fiery wrath.
Oh, I'm gonna have to kick you if you rage. Don't rage. I want to talk to you. Can we talk? Don't rage.
No
I don't want to have to kick you.
I'm not gonna rage. I don't care.
Great.
Yeah.
There you go. See, we're good. You're just joking around, and I fell for the bait. It's all good.
You're fine for the rage, mate.
You got me, man. You got me. Go on.
The 15-minute timer starts now.
All right, let's go. What do you got?
Ooh, I got to speed run this.
Ooh.
All right.
You sound excited.
So, yeah, I'm.
Let's go. I'm excited too. I'm ready to learn.
I'm younger here, so I feel like I'd be the one learning. But
No. We learn much from the youth. The young have much to teach us. We must listen.
do I have an echo? So
I don't think so.
got an echo from cheese. All right. What was I thinking? Christianity, stuff like that. Okay, remember
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Take your time.
When it comes to violence, that's what I was thinking. In what cases is violence like? What do you think? What do you personally think is violence should be used in what level? Because I remember the police stuff. I remember Palestine. I remember Israel. What level would you say like those become bad and good? Because like self-defense, but then like you're talking about the police thing. There's self-defense.
Sir, you need to structure your languages or your sentences in a.
Okay. Here, let me start that.
I'm not following you.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't listen if I can't understand you, sir.
But gosh, I'm so distracted. You remember the police debate you had with the other person, and how you're talking about the person who got shot 23 times?
In self-defense with a knife. Got it. Perfectly reasonable.
Like, at what point is it that should you in like self-defense? Should you self-priority not even care at all about the other person? Or is it strictly, like, should you still care for the other person and try to keep them alive? Or is it just self-defense, use all brain, and just shoot?
Okay, let's explore that. All 5 police were armed with guns, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The guy with the knife attacked 1, right? Just 1.
Yeah.
So the other 4 shouldn't have helped. Like, if they all have the ability to help their friend probably has, like, they're all equipped with the same equipment, man. Like, they're all the same level, like, they all got the same, like, HP. Like, they're good. He should be good. That is a low-level goblin that he just shot.
Yeah.
Seriously, like, I'm not trying to rip on the guy. I don't know what happened, but that was I'm just trying to make a comparison. He just shot a low-level goblin. They all ganged up like it's a fucking raid boss on a low-level goblin. That's very silly. Would you ever do that in a raid?
No.
No, you wouldn't. So why did they? That's silly. That's not logical.
Well, and I've seen like some police footage and stuff. Police shooter videos. When it comes down to it, people are tanky. You could shoot them like I remember hearing about this one video.
23 times?
This dude got shot like 20 times in the back and he survived. People, it depends on where you get shot. So that's why they shoot so much.
How often do you think this happens, man? How often do you think this happens?
Not often, but still.
Not often, just twice that we know of, right? In one conversation and survived, right? They just happen. What are you talking about? What do you mean? He was not alive after getting shot 20 fucking times.
No, not that.
It's
a different shooting thing. But
you're talking about that other one. Hold on, I just want to make sure I understand. You were talking about that other one because he got shot 20 times and was still up and moving, right?
No, he survived it. He kind of wasn't
survived
up
it.
And moving.
I misunderstood. So what I painted in my head was a picture of a guy who got shot 20 times and is just berserker mode. Okay. So that's where my brain went. So I apologize for the misunderstanding.
No, it's my fault. It's better if I explain it with further detail.
No. It was a lapse in communication. Nobody's fault. Go on.
Yeah. This times where people can survive a lot because it depends on where someone gets hit. People would, because it's all weird. Like guns, it's kind of hard to actually hit a shot. I've shot again in a shooting range before. Pistol. I thought I'd aim directly at it and it would hit like to the corner of the sheet.
Corner of the sheet?
Yeah, like of the, you know how shooting ranges, they have a sheet and there's like a dot in the middle stuff.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. It hit the corner. So like when you were trying to miss, it would hit the corner. Is that what you're saying?
No, when I'm trying to hit just the center.
You're trying. Oh, I'm sorry. I got it. You're trying to hit the center. And then it hits the corner. Sorry. I don't know why you'd be trying to miss. My brain is just like that. My brain's just spicy like that. It's fine.
But I will say this is when I wasn't when I was just holding it and trying to aim it without aiming in, because that's how oftentimes police do it, because they're in panic situations. So they just shoot without aiming, more of just point to it. So I was trying that out, and it does not hit directly at it most of the time.
So wait, you're telling me that trained officers of the law aren't trained enough to aim their weapon at the thing they're shooting?
Yeah.
Is that what you just told me?
Yeah.
It sounds like we might need police reform, huh?
Yeah, honestly.
Sure does.
These aren't specific. Yeah,
I think that the police...
Do
you want me to read that?
You can read that.
Is it Zarithian or who?
Oh, yeah, Zarithian. Yeah, I think it's...
Okay, yeah. Gamifying an IRL lethal situation is not a good starting point. What are you talking about? It's a perfectly logical conclusion to come to. Police are trained to escalate according to the situation. Once a snap decision is made, the situation is lethal. Rounds fired are almost irrelevant. The situation... I disagree. You just wouldn't say the same for a raid. That's silly. Like, you would not do a raid on a fucking goblin. Like, that's what they did. That is what they did. It's not the same? Why not? Tell me why it's not the same. Convince me it's not the same. Go on. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the same. Game and IRL. Okay, what's the difference? Good. You're onto something here. Maybe I'm wrong. You can prove me wrong. Ready? What's the difference between game and IRL? Your frame of reference. You're right. The police's anxiety is spiking through the fucking roof, right? They're scared. They're scared out of their fucking minds. They shot a guy 23 times in the fucking chest, and all he did was lunge at one of them with a knife. One of them could have handled that with 2 shots at most. Right? But they all were scared. They were scared and they were confused, and they shot a guy 23 times when all he did was, I mean, listen, he lunged at a guy with a knife. I'm not trying to get around that, but it's disproportional is my point. But the reason it was disproportional is because they had anxiety. Because it's real life, it's not a fucking game. You're safe when you play a game, right? We all agree? I was wrong! Zerithian! You did it.
Have you ever been in a life-threatening situation, respectfully?
See?
I get, like, that's fair and all, but, you know, you should somewhat be trained. I know there's 2 differences, police and SWAT is more trained for those certain situations, but police is, like, they also still at least trained enough to be in fights, because they're gonna often be in fights. Crime happens like, a lot, and there's a lot of times where a basic traffic stop leads into a full-on firefight on the street. So they should be somewhat trained. Let's say a police officer pulls over a gang member, and then the rest of the gang gets angry. So they call up the rest of the gang and pull up, and now SWAT versus.
And they take on the whole police force.
Yep. And they typically lose.
How many do you figure? How many of these gang members are there? Well, how many gang members are confident that they can take down the entire NYPD?
I'm not saying this is actually going to happen.
It doesn't happen. Okay, got it.
Maybe like once in a blue moon, or no, once in like.
Okay, so once in a blue moon. Okay, so once in a decade, there just is this band of gang. There's this gang of what am I trying to say? Gang of people, right? They're gangsters, whatever. And there's like 50 of them or something, and they just pull up on the NYPD, right?
What?
Right? They just pull up. They're like, wow, you fucked with one of ours, man. We're going to take down the police force of America.
No, what I was saying is, like, they get traffic stopped, and then they call in while they're in the traffic stop. Not going to pull up to NYPD, is to rescue their dude. Like I say, if it's the gang boss. But also, I don't think this happens often.
Okay, if it doesn't, so like, I just don't think that this is how it works, personally. I don't think that gangs roll up on police. Not that often. Like, that's not something that gangs do. Okay, let's think about a gang for a second, right? Gangs are formed by people who often don't have very much going for them, right?
Yeah, and then
they're suffering.
Slums?
Yeah, they're suffering. Okay, hurt people hurt people. That's why gangsters hurt people, right? They're hurting. Yeah. So if they're hurting and they hurt the police officers, it's probably because, like, let's take your situation for granted, right? Let's say that once in a blue moon, a team of gangsters of like a dozen or so roll up on the NYPD and they start shooting because they think they're going to win for some reason, right? Why would they do that?
Let's say perhaps that person was like a really well-known person that they really, really loved and cared about, and they
they were hurting.
Yeah.
They were hurting. They were scared and confused, and they lashed out, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What do you think we ought to do with these scared, hurting people? We should toss them in cages and treat them like animals, right? That'll fix them. That'll fix them, right?
We should probably like treat them like, I don't know, get into like some reform thing. But first, we should protect the people around them. That's like, if there's a big shooting, protect the people around and the police. If they keep shooting, back.
I agree. Yeah. Protect everybody first. Restrain them, right? Restrain them in the least lethal way possible. And if that means killing them, kill them, right? Yeah. We agree. Beautiful. See that? There's what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think. Like, I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best.
No, you got this, gang.
Yeah. I just think that it's beautiful that it is possible, right, for us to come to an agreement. I like that. I just learned from you. I learned from, what's his name? Zerithian, you just taught me that raid gangs against the Goblin are not the same as police officers shooting a guy with a knife in real life. Thank you. Thank you for teaching me that. That was a great teaching moment for me. I needed that. Okay?
Think of Ready or Not.
That was a great teaching moment for me. What's that?
Better like Ready or Not with like goblins. it's like the terrorists you have to shoot in Ready or Not. It's just green goblins. That'd be stupid. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is my thing. I'm not trying to sound smart. I'm not trying to get one over on anybody. I'm just fucking listening. I am listening for the first time in my life, and I have never been happier. And I hope that you all listen as well. Turn off your fucking mouths and just listen for a little bit, and then maybe you can find some inner peace enough to be able to communicate effectively. That's all.
Learning is a lost art in civil debate.
There you go. We learn. We are one. We are one organism. Do you guys understand that? This is a good teaching moment. Human beings are all one organism. We are a living being, okay? And we learn, all right? We're like a bunch of neurons walking around, okay? When I traverse into somebody else's mind, into their cave, right? I brought up the cave analogy, right? Did I bring that up earlier? Yeah, okay. So in case you didn't see it, so the cave. So think of somebody else's mind as a cave that you are traversing with them, okay? You go in there, it's their cave. They invite you over to say, check out my cave, right? Okay, here's the first room of the cave. How are you, right? You say, fine. Okay, great. And the fine is like the very short passageway to the next room, right? That's your fine. Now, let's say, oh, okay, right? I just heard that you were like, still going through it from your uncle passing away, right? That was a Freudian slip because that just happened to me. So, and I totally forgot about it. But yeah, so then I say, okay, well, yeah, I've been going through it. And, the tongue just gets longer the longer I talk, right? And there are different passageways too. Like, I can respond in different ways. I can start saying that, or I could say, I don't want to talk about it and then go a different direction. And all I'm trying to do, I'm not trying to get one over on you. I'm not trying to get dunks, clips, whatever. It's all behind me. I'm not angry. All right. I don't know that anybody could ever make me angry again. And I want everybody else to feel that way. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. I try to stay typically, I try to stay pretty happy. Even like I've seen a lot of people, I go to school, there's a lot of people who really like are like annoying and like make fun of sped kids, but I try to stay chill with that. I try to stay chill because they're probably going through their own thing and they're in high school, so they're probably a better person.
Yeah, see, exactly. You're empathizing. That's great. And when you listen, you empathize. Empathy is the key. Yeah. Thank you for listening to me.
That seems to be the end timer.
Thank you.
All right. I feel like that was a really good little discussion. Thank you, Cheddar Cheese, for...
Yeah. I feel like I wasn't too good at debating that, but it's not... I didn't even feel like...
No. Purge that thought from your mind this instant, sir. This is not about you being good at debating. You do not have to flaunt your feathers at me, okay? This is about you learning. Did you learn?
Yeah, what I was saying
just
is...
be honest. If you didn't... Come on, man.
The reason why I came here is just because I wanted to talk to you. I wanted to get to meet you, understand you. It wasn't truly about like winning something. I just wanted to.
Do you feel like you understand me a little better?
Especially of a man of your. Well, yeah, I think I'm getting to, especially through other people's talking. I'm getting to understand. You're trying to also you're trying to change for the better.
I hope so. I'm doing my best. I think I'm the good guy in my own story.
Yeah. Trying to listen to other people.
Yeah. I think this is the answer. I think this is the answer to come together. That's all. And thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it.
Got to celebrate.
Thank you, Cheddar Cheese.
Yeah.
Play the music.
All right. That was very good. I liked that one. That was.
Thank you.
I
liked
take
it too.
A quick pee break.
I think we learned a lot.
Came back and we were talking about raiding goblins, so that confused me. But I understood the point after. No, it seems like your radical empathy is working. We've had a little bit of a couple slip-ups here and there, but I feel like everyone's being driven towards like a more civil discussion style rather than you're wrong because you're a stupid leftist socialist. So
exactly, every conversation is perfectly imperfect.
All right, next,
cement that into your heads.
Next we will bring up we'll do ACC next. Hello, ACC.
Welcome in.
Hello,
I think I remember you.
ALEC. I'm sure you have. Oh, nothing much. Just been watching these wonderful debates. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. The 15-minute timer starts now.
All right. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to talk about maybe morals.
Morals. Love it. Let's go.
Yeah. What do you think some... Okay, that's good. No, it's okay. I was just going to ask simply, do you think some morals are better than others?
When you say that, do you mean like, do I think it's like... Am I comparing apples to oranges with like certain morals, like raping versus killing? Or am I saying that like your moral system is worse than my moral system? Which one is it?
You're saying like your moral system's worse than mine because it does X or Y.
Okay, your moral system worse than mine. Well, I got to prove it to you, right? Like, so what would you like me to prove? Like that my moral system is better than yours?
Better yet, how exactly, why ought we follow it?
Well, I think I need to know your moral system first. What do you think?
Oh, I believe in Christian ethics because I'm an Orthodox Christian.
Okay, what does that mean for you? What do you do?
I would follow the commandments of the Bible, I would say.
What do the commandments of the Bible say to do?
Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not worship other gods before me, thou shalt not covet with other people, blah, 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 blah. I think you would understand as well what it is.
Okay, I mean, like, as a religious doctrine, I don't think that, like, I know the Ten Commandments, I grew up Christian, but, like, you know, I don't think they're bad on their face. I do think that I'm the big God guy in the middle thing is kind of weird, but, you know, he's allowed to be egotistical. I'm egotistical too. It's fine.
I wouldn't say it's egotistical, but we can go with that.
Oh, God. Oh, I think Yahweh is extraordinarily egotistical, but we can leave that aside if you want.
Okay, but I want to know, for example, let's say in your worldview, right? We have two people. One person's like saying, "I think it's wrong to kill this guy," but you're like saying, "No, it's completely okay to kill this guy." Well, how exactly will we come to the conclusion what we ought to follow in that aspect?
Okay, that's a great question. Let's set up a little scenario. You ready? This is going to be fun.
Sure.
All right, we're having fun. So here's what we're doing. We're putting ourselves into a room with 3 men. We got 2 men on either side of the room. And in front of them is a gagged and tied man, right? On the floor, all right? One of the men walks over to this guy in the middle of the floor and sticks a gun to his head and said, "We're going to kill this guy," right? Actually, this is Breaking Bad, right? This is Breaking Bad. This happened in Breaking Bad.
Is it like in what was it? Like the first guy, it was the guy that Walter first killed.
Yeah, there's Walter, Jesse, and then who's the not the
was it Nacho?
Guy that Walter kills.
No, not Nacho. It was.
We can do that one if you want. Like Walter having
Crazy 8. That's it. Crazy 8.
Crazy 8. Yeah, we can do that one if you want. Walter just having to decide, is it more or less moral to kill this guy? It's the same thing.
What do you mean? It's the same thing. Like it would it?
Well, you asked, right? If 2 different guys have 2 different opinions, what if one guy has both of those opinions inside of him, tearing him apart? That was Walter.
Sure, right? But how exactly do we come to the conclusion that we should kill or not kill these people or this person?
What do you think Walter's thinking?
I don't know. He's like a man of science. He's pretty egotistical. He's quite the rapist.
He's a man of science. He's a man of science. Put a man of science, right? Like myself, I'm very smart. Put a man of science into the situation and try to think about what he would think, okay? If he had to choose between killing this guy or letting him go, knowing the consequences of letting him go would be far worse. But at least he wouldn't be killing a guy, right?
Wouldn't it be worse than the action of killing the person itself? Or is there a way to judge in which there's a objective standard of harm that we can measure?
Well, I mean, that's up to Walter, right? Because he's like trying to decide to kill Crazy 8 or not. So he has to decide, is my protection. So basically what he's weighing is 2 things. He's weighing Crazy 8's life and worth as a human being versus his safety and his family's safety, right? He has to weigh those 2 out, put them on a scale, see which one's heavier, right?
Okay, so he's basing them upon the consequences, is what you're saying.
Yes, yes, you're right. Upon the consequences, you're right.
Okay.
Correct.
So if we went on with a consequentialist framework for how we frame morals, wouldn't we then certain consequences would just be arbitrary, or we wouldn't really have a way of delineating which consequences are worse than others? Like
I see what you mean. I mean, if they're equal, they're equal. Then it's an impossible decision.
It's an impossible decision to decide whether to kill a person or not in that aspect.
Yeah, and I think that's a fair argument. Like, that is an impossible decision. What would you do? Put yourself in Walter's shoes.
Well, I would say it's wrong. I think murdering someone's wrong.
Okay, so we'd let him go and he'd kill your family, right?
I wouldn't say he would kill my family. I don't see how that's a natural consequence if I could protect myself.
In Breaking Bad, I watched it relatively recently. That was one of the consequences of letting Crazy 8 go, is that Crazy 8 and his gang would go kill Walter's family. He knew where they lived.
Yeah, and that's primarily because Walter didn't really do anything to protect his family aside from being in the same business that caused it to be more in danger.
It's too late now. He's here now, right? Well, fuck.
No,
now what?
The whole issue is there's an issue in which there's no way to distinguish on which person has value or not, in which we shouldn't kill them or not.
You're right.
We're basing it upon so you don't really have a way of distinguishing what morals are better than others. We kind of just arbitrarily follow what's good for us right now.
Hold on. I didn't say that. What I said was, I can't decide if it's more moral for Walter to kill Crazy 8 than for him to let him go and then have Crazy 8 kill his family.
Does it have to be about Walter in the situation?
Walter. Why not?
Does it have to be just about Walter?
What's your problem with Walter White? What's your problem with Walter White, huh? What did he ever do? He never did anything wrong.
Walter White never did anything wrong.
I'm defending Walter. We're sticking with Walter in this discussion or it's over.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
Yep.
I guess
I'm
can't
dying on this hill right now. If we cannot have Walter White, okay? Got it?
All right. So when Walter raped his wife, was that wrong when he raped his wife?
Why'd you got to put me on the spot, man? I just said he never did anything wrong, but it was a joke. It was a joke.
But you say you're going to kick me off if I don't stick to Walter White.
You know what? Fair play. Very good turnaround, my gentleman. Okay, now I look like a rape defender. So I'm gonna say no. I don't think that when Walter White did that, it was very good. I don't think that was a very nice thing for Walter to do. Okay?
Oh, why not? Why was that not a good thing for him to do? Why was that bad?
Why do you think rape is bad?
Well, I think it would go against the commandments in some aspects of the Bible. It would.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm. How would you
listen? If you worship God and God thinks rape is bad, I think worshiping God is fine. That's great.
Wait, hold on. Well, how would you go about it now? I answered the question. How would you go about demonstrating how rape is bad?
Okay, well, let's go. I mean, if you go to the animal kingdom, right? They just rape each other sometimes, like one mounts another and it makes the other suffer, right? It takes advantage of that one's body. But they're animals. They don't know any better. You can't teach them to not rape. They just do it. So you can't ascribe moral judgment to a creature that doesn't know what it's doing. It's just operating off of its biological drive. I mean, black widows eat their husbands after they have intercourse.
Are you saying we're just animals on chemicals essentially?
I'm
since
not.
that's the one was the point of appealing to nature.
I guess, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to establish a basis, right, for my argument. So we know that animals do not have any moral consideration when it comes to their actions, right? Right?
Well, I wouldn't really appeal to nature in which we delineate what is moral and what is not. Considering
I'm appealing to nature right now. Why would you appeal to nature? Is that okay?
But I mean, you just pointed out that rape is completely normal within nature.
Guys, did I say that? Come on, guys, come on. Did I say that?
No, you didn't say that exactly, but you did say, animals will mount each other, or they will follow the chemical impulses in their brain.
Did I say that that's okay? Did I say that that's an okay thing for that animal to do? Did I say that?
I don't know. You kind of went on and talked about black widows, how they eat their husbands.
Yes, because they're just machines. They're biological machines. They don't know any better.
Are we biological machines then?
In a way, but we're smarter than that. We've developed something more useful than rape. It's called consent. We've developed consent. Consent is more useful than rape, right?
Consent is more. Wait. Hold on. Whoa.
Yes.
How exactly does consent somehow become more useful than rape?
Well, I would say it doesn't hurt anybody, right?
Well, what if I'm the rapist? What if I'm Walter White right now? What if I'm Walter White? It hurts me not to have sex with my wife.
The rapist is hurting himself. He's hurting. He is hurting. Walter White was hurting.
I don't think he was hurting when he was like, oh, as he was like with Skylar. I don't think he was.
Were we watching the same show? Did you see that man? Of course he was hurting. He had cancer, for God's sake. What do you mean he wasn't hurting?
When he was fucking Skylar? He was just in pain. Fucking Skylar.
Yes, he was in pain. Yes, he was in pain. Fucking Skylar. Yes, he was.
I don't know about that.
That's part of the reason. No, he's a dick. I'm not defending his behavior. I'm trying to reduce it. All that. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine. I was just wondering, really, it was like, if you consider rape really bad, but it's bad because it's not useful, but if rape were useful, would it make it good?
Hold on, man. You're just misunderstanding me. I didn't say it's bad because it's not useful. I said it's not useful, so why the fuck would you do it anyway? Just get consent.
But that's
it works out better for everybody. It works out better. You don't hurt any. Okay, it's bad because rape hurts people. Is that what you wanted to hear? Rape hurts people.
It's bad because rape hurts people.
Yes, rape hurts people. So that's why it's bad.
We therefore.
It's that simple. It's really that simple.
Okay. So what you're saying is we should not rape or ought not rape because it hurts. Or just pain rape.
Yes.
Okay.
Not even just physical pain. I'm not talking. Okay, I know where you're going with this. Hold on. I'm not just talking
about.
Where
am I going with this?
What I'm talking about is mental pain. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. There's pain.
Have you?
Pain. Huh? Yeah, I get it. I'm not disagreeing with you here, but what I'm trying to understand is how exactly do facts of reality, like say a fact saying I receive pain from you punching me, give the moral imperative that we shouldn't punch you or punch me? Why should we not do that? Aside from just you're only pointing to a fact in reality, you're not actually justifying why we ought not do that.
Sorry, my brain crapped out. Can you say that one more time? I'm so sorry.
Sure. So when there is a fact of reality, say humans are social creatures, right? That's a fact. Okay, it's a description.
Sure.
But where exactly do we demonstrate why ought we be social? It's saying we're social creatures, therefore we ought to be social. But where is exactly the justification for why we ought to be social creatures?
You just said we're social creatures, right?
Yes, I'm pointing to a description. It's a description, which we are, but it doesn't really derive. Wait, what? No, I'm saying it doesn't mean we have an imperative to be social creatures.
So then it's not a fact. You can change it.
What? No, there's a complete distinction here.
Okay, you said there. Maybe I misunderstood you. You said it's a fact that humans are social creatures, right?
I would say a description if we were going off of the evolutionary like framework. Yeah, it would be.
Okay, it's a fact that humans are social creatures. Now, what's the next part?
So where is the imperative or the normative like bridging here for why we ought to all be social?
I mean, does anybody else see the problem with this?
It's,
Is it just me?
there is if it's
Oh, you
something
just
like
said it's a fact. There's no changing it. What are you talking about?
we
Why would you
could
even
we could
consider
change
it?
we could change up the lineup where I think murder is wrong because there's pain in murdering people, right?
Yes.
Okay, so where is the moral imperative not to murder people then? If I feel it's just a matter of feelings. If we derived everything off of feelings, it would simply
Everything is
be
a matter of
arbitrary.
feelings. That's what a brain is. It's a big,
Is
massive
that statement a
feelings
matter of
and
feelings, or is it a
emotion.
truth claim?
What?
Is the statement everything's a matter of feelings like a feelings claim? Or is that a truth claim?
I haven't the slightest. What do you mean?
So it's
What are
no.
these words?
When you make the claim everything is a matter of feelings, that's not an emotional claim. That's a truth claim. So that statement's wrong by itself.
It is okay. I am making a truth claim that the brain is just a pile of emotions and feelings. I am making that claim factually. I think that's a fact.
All right. So that would therefore consequently mean that we could just do whatever we really want, and there wouldn't be anything wrong with it because it's all subject
Yeah,
to
I guess
feelings.
if you have no frontal lobe, like a fucking animal, yeah, go be an animal.
Well,
What are
you were
talking
just
about?
saying we are animals, just very special ones or very specially smart ones.
I didn't say we're specially. Well, I said we're smart enough to know the difference between right and wrong. And the difference between
No.
right and wrong is very simple.
What is it? Wait, no, actually, go on. What exactly
That's very
is?
No, thank you very much for the 10 tier 1 gifted subs. That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Huge.
So, what were we saying?
Well, you were saying
I know the difference between right and wrong. I do. You want to know what it is?
Let's hear it.
Here it is. Right is to remove pain or not give it. Wrong is to give pain. Okay? When you give pain, you do wrong. Okay?
So-
I did a little bit of wrong by injecting a little bit of pain into our special guest. What
So
was
a
his name?
dentist is
Smart boy.
so being a dentist is immoral because I'm causing pain by causing someone to have a toothache or removing someone's toothache.
There you
briefly.
go. I'm a dentist.
It's wrong to be a dentist.
I'm a dentist. I caused the minimum amount of pain that was required, right? I might numb you, okay? If I want to play softball with you in this conversation, I might use a little numbing agent, right? Does it make sense?
You could wait, but before we go on, Mace, that's a timer, right?
Yeah, but y'all are having a pretty open discussion. If y'all want to continue this for just 1
Oh,
second.
all right, sweet.
Yeah, we can continue. Yeah, so I'm a dentist. So like I'm going in and causing the least amount of pain possible so that I can fix the problem, right? So with that guy, what was his name? The smart boy, the peacock. Where's the peacock?
Oh, Fire Owl.
Fire
I think he
Fire
left.
Owl.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize the owl is the peacock. That's great. So Fire Owl came in here, and I had to cause him quite a bit amount of pain. I had to make him understand how much pain he is in. Okay, so like it's a little hard to describe sometimes, but I guess like when here it is. You are committing an act of pain, of giving somebody pain, because they are giving other people more pain. You have to measure that, okay? So I measured that this guy is probably hurting a lot of fucking people because I saw how bad he's hurting. I saw how bad he's hurting because he tried really, really hard to make me understand how smart he is. And I feel very bad that he felt like he had to do that. I don't care how smart you are, man. Doesn't matter to me. You can have an IQ of 60. You can have an IQ of 60, okay? And I will still be your best bud. Just don't be a dick. Just don't be a dick. Just be fun. Just be like Luffy. Luffy's an idiot, okay? Y'all ever watch One Piece? Luffy's a fucking moron, all right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess.
Okay.
But
yeah, so I gave him some pain because I saw that he was causing other people more pain. So in order to stop that pain train from running, I caused him pain. I shot him. I shot I put a shot of pain in him. That's what I meant. I did not shoot anybody. Don't sue me.
all right, so you caused Fire Owl pain, in which you said that it is wrong to cause people pain. So
In general, yes, I committed an act of wrong. You're right. I did.
you committed
I
an
was wrong to do
act
that.
of wrong.
You're right. I was wrong to do that. Except I don't think I was. Do you know why?
It was because he was causing more pain to others.
You got it.
All right.
I stopped the pain train.
So, from what I'm understanding is there is a threshold in which it's justifiable to, like, say, punch or hurt people because they may be causing more pain out there in society. Okay. How exactly do we measure pain? Like, do we just only physical or is it physical and mental? I'm pretty sure you said it was both, right?
You can't. You cannot exactly
can't measure pain.
You can't. Nope. We'll get it wrong all the time. All the time we'll get it wrong.
So then why appeal to it?
Because we cause the minimum amount possible. That keeps us restrained, okay?
But that's you just said you can't measure. That's sorry to interrupt, but that's a measurement by saying it's a minimal. That's a measurement.
Okay, you may not be able to measure something that is very, very small. Exactly. But you know it's very, very small, right? I know that I have like a tiny amount of liquid in this cup, right?
No.
That's small. That's small to me. It's not small.
No, it's not a. You can't. You just said it's not a measurement, but if you're saying it's really small, you're measuring it still. There's still a measurement.
It's a rough. I administered a rough estimate.
Still a measurement.
Of small pain. Yes, it is a rough estimate.
But you just contradicted yourself by saying you can't measure pain. You disagreed with it. You can't measure that, and you say you were going to be wrong all the time on that.
Man. Okay, Mr. Smart Guy, you got me. Okay.
I'm not trying to be, but it was just a contradiction. Holy shit!
You know what? Come on, I know you can do this. We're gonna get you there. Okay, we're gonna get you there. If you have a cup, right? Let's say that I have this Coke can, and I only have like this much left. How much is that? Is that a lot or a little? What do you think?
It's a little. But you can measure that. Unlike
you just measured it.
Right, unlike pain.
You don't have any measuring device. How do you know that's a little bit? Oh, you just eyeballed it? Got it. Just like
I would say in reference to the can itself.
I eyeballed the pain. I decided this is a small enough amount, but it's also a large enough amount to make him know that I don't like him. I don't like him. That's pain. It's pain knowing that somebody does not like you, okay? But you know what? I felt like he needed it because maybe one day that pain will remind him that he's fucking human and he shouldn't be causing his own kind pain. That's it. As far as it goes.
Okay.
What's the problem?
I don't have the biggest problem here I see is just that I don't want to be like, oh, you jumped from framework to framework, because this is just how you, like, I think, view morals. Do you see morals as a description of reality? Do morals exist at all?
They exist because we exist. We rate them.
Okay.
If we didn't exist, there'd be no morals.
If we did not exist, there would be no morals.
And animals would just rape each other and they'd all think it's fine because humans don't exist.
So wait a minute. Right? If humans were dumber, would rape be okay then?
If they were dumb enough to not know what consent is, yes. That's why kids, we try to consider if there's like an 8-year-old who violates, I know this is getting gross, but like if there's an 8-year-old who violates his sister or something, like we try to be lenient. Yeah, we try to go easy on him because he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just 8. He's probably abused, right? He's a dumber human. We take that into consideration and pleading insanity, you know?
Okay,
do that.
But what I'm trying to understand is when you are saying that, animals rape, but we see that their rape is wrong, but when we rape, their rape is wrong, but they don't understand it, so they don't really give a shit. But when we rape, it's very wrong because we understand why it's wrong.
If you rape somebody in a state that you do not understand the consequences of your actions, you can't have known that you did something wrong. If you just wake up one day and you're in jail and you don't know why, and then somebody told you that you raped somebody, in your head you never did. You don't remember.
That's not really. But wait, so I'm exempt if I don't know if I raped someone?
You wouldn't do it again, would you?
But wait, hold on. If I didn't know I raped someone, but that doesn't really change whether or not I should be punished or not.
Let's say an evil wizard appears. An evil wizard appears and decides to take over your mind, and you go and rape somebody. Are you at fault?
Well, I wouldn't be at fault then because of the evil wizard is causing me to do that.
So then what if the evil wizard is actually a mental disorder?
Well, if it's a mental disorder, say maybe schizophrenia, that wouldn't really exempt someone from their own actions to that extent. We have to have a way to which we can punish someone. It's not really fair to the person who's raped them.
Why punish?
Why punish is because it would make society safer in that regard. It makes other people around safer.
You're onto something here. Okay, if punishment makes society safer, I want to know why. Continue. I'm interested in this punishment thing. Please continue.
Well, if we're at a point to where we have everyone walking around and beating the shit out of people, we're going to have to take those people and put them away somewhere to where they can't do that to other people, right? Okay. There has to be a stopping point.
Put them away somewhere. Yeah, put them away somewhere. That's punishment.
Right. But
okay, great. Agreed. We need to take them out of society and put them somewhere that they don't want to be as punishment. You have convinced me that punishment is good. I started off hearing the word punishment, not liking it, and you're right. It is punishment to take that person and put them somewhere else that they do not want to be against their will. You just taught me that. Isn't that cool? You just taught me something.
All right, man. I'm glad.
Great. Thank you. See, this is so easy. We don't have to fight. I'm just trying to understand where you're coming from. We came to an understanding, you and me. And we fought before. I fucking shot daggers at you. I was breathing fire and all this shit and other such metaphors. So I'm past that. I don't want any more of that. I just want to know you. You are important to me, ACC. You are important to me, and I mean that.
All right, that's very nice, Alec. You're very. I think I value you as a fellow human being. I think you have value inherently.
I feel that because you've been listening very well this entire time. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Alec.
You are actually intelligent, unlike some people.
Wow, that's a crazy. Thank you. That's a. Wow, I was expecting that. But thank you.
You're welcome. You, ACC, you are an intelligent human being, and I believe in your ability. If you keep doing this, just keep talking to people, talk to people, and ask honest questions. Just forget your pre-existing conditions. Forget them, okay? Become baby. You do not know a damn thing.
Baby.
Ask questions. Just ask questions. Ask questions. Just keep asking questions. Break it down until it's small, into the smallest little pieces that you can digest. You can do this. And if you think that I am wrong, come to me and tell me. And convince me.
All right. Friends. Cool.
Friends. ACC. Friends.
Oh, bestest friends, Alec.
Bestest
my name's
friend.
also Alex. Funny enough, it's Alex with an X.
Bestest friends. You're bestest friends with
Alec
a guy wearing a shirt to move out of his country. That's great. Isn't that great? You just did that.
Yeah, I'm very glad.
Good job. We can agree on some things, and I think that we'll get you to the point where I don't got to boot you out of the country one day. Okay. We'll get there.
All right. Thank you, ACC.
No problem.
All right.
All right. Have a great night, man.
You too, friend.
Isn't this fun? Are you guys having fun?
I think this is really nice. I like it.
This is a positive experience.
It's not blood sports.
It's no more. Pain is gone. Okay? Pain is an addiction. Everybody's addicted to pain, and they all get their fix by inflicting pain on other people. See, it is frying your dopamine receptors. Here's a good point before you pull up the next guy. I want to make this point. Everybody talks about like dopamine receptors, right? Everybody's worried about too many hits of dopamine. Well, they're right, but guess what gives you a hit of dopamine? Causing pain. You cause pain for catharsis. Catharsis equals dopamine. You are flooding your dopamine receptors constantly with social media. That hurts you. YouTube, it hurts you. Twitch, it hurts you. TikTok, very much hurts you. Okay? You look at these things that hurt your feelings, people dying. You're being hurt every single day. You don't even know what it feels like to not be hurt. Everybody's hurting. We are all in this cave, just blind and hurting and confused and scared, and we're lashing out at everybody, just trying to grab onto something for dear life. All I'm trying to do is help each one out.
I fully agree to that, and I like that you're doing this. You know, the empathy.
I do too. Thank you.
Next up, we got Spoon. We'll invite Spoon up to the stage. Hello, Spoon.
Oh. Hello, can you guys
hear me? What's up, Spoon?
Yeah.
I can.
Hey guys.
All right.
Hello. How you doing?
I just wanted to ask. Sorry, let me put headphones on, just because I'm hearing. Yeah. Alec. I just wanted to ask. So, do you think there's objective morality? I just wanted to kind of continue with what. Not really continue.
I think there is one objective moral truth as long as humanity exists, and that is that causing pain is bad. Causing pain is bad. That is my one moral truth.
Okay, so everyone is born with this idea that causing pain is bad.
Nope, didn't say that.
Okay,
if they were, we wouldn't be here, would we?
Yeah, but what would you say is the authority that says that? Like, is that your own personal belief?
Yes, it is, and you have to convince me that I'm wrong if you want to.
Okay. So just causing pain. So, for example, like selling, or maybe not that, but let's say someone takes a small enough money out of like many people's bank accounts.
Okay.
Like that they don't even notice.
Against their will. Okay, yeah, but against their will. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is a thing that happened, right? Like, someone just like took a small enough denomination out of everyone's bank account that they didn't even notice and became like absurdly rich because of it. Sorry, this is like a niche example, but would that be
I think what you're describing, well, I won't say that. Okay, Yes, it's a bad thing for him to do. I think he's hurting them. That's bad. Stealing's bad.
But, like no one noticed.
Yeah, they did. What are you talking about?
Like the people that he stole from had no idea that he actually took that amount of money.
Do you not think they felt the pain of having physically less money in their account, even if they knew it wasn't there? Like they didn't have it on their person. Like if they looked at their account, right, and one day they see like $360. Let's say you got $360 in your bank account, and the next time you look at it and it says 340, right? And you're like, huh, that's probably what it was. That's probably what it was, right? $20 were stolen. No big deal, right? Now,
okay.
Yeah, no big deal. But we don't know that person, okay? What if that $20 was the difference between them getting like insulin and not getting insulin? We don't know that.
Okay, I'm talking about those an instance that happened where a guy just took like less than a cent of like a lot of people's money.
I just think it's fundamentally. But like, I just think it's fundamentally wrong to do that. You are hurting people. Like, even if it's just like the teeniest little bit, like a droplet of pain that like doesn't even, like you're doing it to so many people that to the collective, you are causing pain. You know what I mean? Like collectively, he stole from a lot of people. He spread the pain out very well. It's like very, very thinly spread, but he did cause pain to these people. Just like, and you can say, you know what? You can say it was justified. You know how?
Okay. Yeah. How?
What if he needed the money? What if he was reducing his own pain?
Yeah, but in that instance, then like how would you go on living without causing other people pain? Like, isn't it impossible? Good
question. Let's explore that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's possible to live without causing other people pain. I think we all cause pain to each other all the time. We do it for fun. I think that pain is addicting. Okay, that's why we have entertainment. Entertainment is pain. It's just a microdose. Okay, you watch a TV show, you cry, you laugh, whatever. It's a microdose of pain. Okay, I've watched One Piece. If you watch One Piece, you know pain from entertainment. Okay, or I don't even want to say microdose. I think it would be better to describe it as like a different brand of pain, right? Like one that's more, one that's safer. Like it's like Adderall versus meth, right? So if the entertainment is Adderall, that would make the YouTube shit and the TikTok shit and the AI slop, that would make all of that like meth or like heroin. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I look at it.
Okay, but like we can't like so in other words, every action that you ever do will basically cause pain, and so everything you do is bad.
Existence is pain, brother. That's what existence is.
So then what's the point in doing anything good then?
Well, you like pain, don't you? A little bit.
I think we have very definitions.
Are you gamer? Okay, we have wait. Hold on. You just made a good point. We might have different definitions of pain. What's your pain?
I think that pain is I think pain is just anything that is like noticeably affects you in a negative way.
I think that's a good definition. Sure, we can run with that. I think that agrees with mine. What's the problem?
I just don't think like you're saying that like for instance like
what? Wait. You know what? I think you're onto something. I think you might be right. I think I'm wrong. I think that entertainment. So we've gone over, like, it's fine to inflict a little bit of pain as long as you're reducing the overall pain, right? So entertainment is good, and we like entertainment, okay? Because it's a small hit of pain. It is just enough in just the right spot that it actually reduces our overall pain, right?
Well, actually, I wouldn't say that like that's true. Like I wouldn't. I'm not saying I agree with you, but I understand what you're saying.
So you understand what I'm saying, but you don't agree. Why is that?
I mean, like that definition would kind of imply that like, oh well, Robin Hood is a good person because of like what he does, and there's no actual moral. It's just as long as you do good. Like, for example, if I'm a serial killer, but I donate large amounts of money to like philanthropy, then it's actually fine because I've outweighed my bad actions with good. I wouldn't agree with that.
Why not? It seems to track.
What do you mean it seems to track?
Okay, well, Robin Hood, right? You don't like Robin Hood. Okay. Well, why don't you like Robin Hood?
I would say Robin Hood is still like, it's still morally like onerous to be doing those things. I don't think it's like a good thing to do that.
You said you don't like him. So why don't you like Robin Hood? What's the deal?
Again, I think that what he's doing is morally onerous. Whether
you already said you don't like him. You already said you don't like him.
I said what he's doing is morally wrong.
Yes, you don't like him. Why would I like somebody? Stop. Just hold on. This is the problem. Why would I like somebody who I know is morally doing wrong? Convince me.
Well, do your friends do anything that's morally wrong?
You know what? That may have been the weakest argument I made tonight. Good point.
Yeah, I mean,
Never mind.
it's just
I retract the argument.
I don't think we view other people.
Okay, so I apologize. Listen. I actually am sorry. I did not mean to misunderstand you, okay?
No, it's all right.
All right, let's try this again. So you don't like them because they're doing morally wrong. And what I said was, I already heard that you don't like them, but you can like people who do morally wrong things. That's obvious. I should have known that. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired. I'm not running on all cylinders.
Yeah, it's
Thank you for teaching me that. Thank you. So we come to an understanding, okay? So he's morally wrong. So what is he doing that's morally wrong then?
Well, like, I would say that the act of stealing is morally wrong, not just because it, like, hurts other people. Like, I think there's more to, I wouldn't say that I have, like, a very concrete idea, but I'd say my gut tells me that, there's more to, the moral value of action than just, like, if it hurts people or not, and whether that can be outweighed. I think there are, you know...
Okay, so come back.
Yeah, sorry, go for it.
No, you're good. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You done?
Yeah, go for it.
Good. Okay. It seems we've come back. I think it's close to the mouth of the cave where we just talked about, like, why do you think... Shit, what was it? What was your original premise?
Well, look, let me just state out, like, I feel like I've been running around what I've been, like, trying to
That's
say,
fine.
which
That's
is,
fine.
I think morally you have to appeal to a higher authority, to actually judge something on its moral, merits.
I do. I appeal to a higher authority.
So what is your higher authority?
Humanity, the species. That's a higher order than me.
So you're saying that all humans have value.
Correct.
Okay. Are you? I'm not familiar with you at all, but are you theistic or are you an atheist?
I consider myself an atheist just because, like, that gets the point across easiest that I don't believe in Yahweh or whoever else, Like, I've fiddled with this idea for a long time of, like, a spiritual soup that exists in the universe, and I was like, okay, well, I'm an atheist, but, like, I also believe in kind of the spiritual stuff that's kind of, like, intermingled in the universe. Do you want to know what I think that stuff is now? I think that stuff is empathy. I think that the entire universe is flowing with empathy, and Charlie Kirk did not think that it existed. Can you believe that? The universe punished Charlie Kirk because he didn't think that the most basic element that gives him spirituality even fucking existed. He did not, he preached against empathy. He didn't like it. And so some unempathetic motherfucker came and took his life and caused a lot of pain, a whole lot of pain.
I would say I don't agree. Again, I don't agree with that, but I also don't want to get into Charlie Kirk because I feel like that's a whole...
Sorry, I was just using it as an example. Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. And if anybody has any questions about that, I know that's controversial. Just hit me up. We'll talk.
So in that instance, that means, like, so I'm assuming then that you believe in the Big Bang, and then you also believe that we're headed to oblivion.
I don't know about oblivion. I really don't know what happens. I don't know. I mean, if we assume that this empathy soup exists, and it's, like, intermingled with, like, the entire universe, we can't measure it. There's no way to measure it. So I'm just bullshitting. I could be wrong. But, like, for right now, this is my theory. I'm just posing a hypothesis. This is my hypothesis. I think that there's, like, a spiritual soup within the universe that is intermingling with matter and light in such a way that it gives consciousness. And I think that that is going to be something we have in common with ourselves. It's going to be something we have in common with other life forms if we find them. And we are all... I finished chewing. We're all part of, like, one gigantic universal collective, if there are other species, which I don't know if there are. But there could be one day. I mean, it happened once, right?
Yeah, I just don't understand where you're getting, like, I don't understand how humans in your mind have value if there's no, like, you're just saying, like, oh, well, empathy exists and therefore, like, humans have to value each other. But, like, where does the empathy come from? Like,
where does matter and energy come from? We don't know. It's just kind of there.
Okay, let me think about that. Yeah.
Think about what? I just said what I think about it.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying.
Oh, what do I think about what I said? Like the fact that it's just there?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Yeah. I just wanted to.
Yeah. You were telling me to continue the thought. So I think so I said it's just kind of there, right? What are my thoughts on the fact that it's just kind of there, right?
Yep.
Okay. I guess I really don't know. I haven't thought about it. I feel like I kind of hit rock bottom until you showed me the way. So I just, let me think. I don't know how that makes me feel. I guess I'd like to know where it came from, if it came from somewhere, but I can't say, like there's nothing. I feel like this is really hard to put a metaphor forward to. That's a really good question. I'm going to have to think about that. I don't have a good answer for you.
All right. That's all good.
Yeah, and maybe if I get more sleep, I will. But I'm, man, I cannot believe the little amount of sleep I've gotten. I gave myself fucking mania, man. It's bad.
Damn.
I'm good.
But yeah,
I'm good. I don't want to. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I don't want anybody to worry about me. I'm doing fine. I'm on Vraylar. I'm good. I just had a little bit of a moment today. That's all.
All good. I just think that like in my mind, I like grew up in a Christian household, and then I like didn't believe in it, but I've slowly sort of come back to it because I don't understand, like it doesn't make any sense to me that like, oh, if the Big Bang happened and there's like no meaning to life, and like it basically there's no meaning to life, and it's our like we kind of just subscribe to whatever we want. How like being a like what most people
I didn't say that.
like morally.
I didn't say that. Wait, I didn't say that.
I'm not saying.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Continue. I interrupted very rudely. Continue.
It's all good. All good. I just think I don't understand how like the universe, like why, like for example, if I thought to myself, like I think that the best thing to do is to like go out and kill as many people as I can. If the Big Bang happened and you know like stuff just exists for no reason, I don't understand how you can assert that is like or how, and I'm not saying you specifically, but you know what I mean, like how someone that says that we come from nothing, how you can assert that like that's less, that like how you can disprove that, or how you can say that that's not right. Like why aren't serial killers morally upright in their own, like if you can just assert like what the universal belief is?
Because they're not showing empathy. What are you talking about? They're hurting people. They're hurting. Serial killers hurt people really badly. What are you talking about? That's why they're bad. All right, we're out of time. Hey, that was a wonderful conversation. Spoon, that was a great convo. You're really smart.
Yeah.
You are really smart. Thank you.
All
Thanks.
Thank
Have
you,
a good night.
Spoon.
Thank you for teaching me.
All
That was a
right.
teaching moment, guys. I learned a lot. We learned a lot from Spoon. Spoon has a lot of things to say, and he's very like. I'm not trying to be condescending. I promise. And I sound like a douche, but like I'm trying to say he's intelligent. I truly believe that Spoon is intelligent.
I just want to
Isn't
say,
that cool? I would have
Alec,
never known
feel
that.
you.
I would have never known that.
I feel you. I often have what is called a tone problem, so you know.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it right now. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
All right. Next up, we have Ponster Menas.
Hello.
Hello, what's going on? Nice. Is that Berserk?
Yeah, I love Berserk. Do you love Berserk?
I watched the what's the animated movie? That
one.
The shitty one.
Yeah, the shitty one.
That one. Yeah, I watched that one, but I haven't. We
don't talk about that.
It was okay. It was okay.
All right, 15 minutes starts now.
Basically, remember the conversation you had with your brother about the, what was it? Can't remember the guy's name. Sam something. 25 shot 26 times.
Yeah. 23, I believe. I forget his name. But
that's about. There was 5 people. It was about 5 per person, maybe a little bit less. So in that situation, do you think that the cops were in a sense out of line, and like, do you think that was that too many times?
I just think in a reasonable society that would not have happened. That's what I think. And I think that is a result of police overtraining. In a reasonable society, right? If a person with a knife runs at an armed police officer, which I believe is reasonable, that armed police officer will pull out his gun, aim it very directly, and shoot once. I think that's what should have happened.
So honestly, I think, and I believed you mentioned this earlier, that it was like in a sense of, oh my God, like this person's gonna hurt one of our people, this person's gonna hurt this person, us. So it kind of just shot. And although you may think one bullet is enough, like have you ever shot a gun before? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes one bullet's not enough. I said two max.
Okay. Because I was gonna say it comes out like
I'll go up to empty the clip.
Because I don't think it's not something you kind of think about in the heat of the moment, and 5 bullets comes out pretty fast. Dude, like if this were to take the time and to think about it, easily 5 bullets each would be way too much. Easily. Like I said, but in the heat of the moment, it would 100% just be all right. I'm releasing as many until this guy collapses.
Yeah, were you were here for that discussion? We already treaded that water. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I also was doing.
They're scared as fuck. The police officers are scared out of their fucking minds. They pulled out 5 guns and shot the guy 23 times. They thought he was like a fucking the Hulk. Like, clearly in their minds he was the Hulk.
So in a sense, do you have like just a problem with situations like that, or more of just because you mentioned that it was because of cops overtraining, not being trained properly.
Well, both. Yeah.
I think in a more of, because coincidental, both my grandpas have been police officers. They're police officers, and what they have said for themselves and a lot of other people is that they have drawn their gun before, but most police officers have never had to use it. So it is more of like the minority becomes a very loud majority. So like that situation where the cop does use the gun, does kill somebody, well, we're going to give it as much publicity as possible. And I think that's where the more of your viewpoint comes from, of the cops are, not bad, because you never said all cops were bad, but you more of like they're just not trained good enough or overtrained, whatever.
Okay. What does the bad publicity cause in your mind?
I believe it causes hate towards police officers. It makes people think, wow, dude, am I going to just get shot when I reach for my wallet or something?
Yeah, they're scared. They're scared and confused. Yeah, because they saw somebody that they don't think deserved getting hurt, at least that bad, got hurt that bad by police officers. They're scared and confused, and they don't want that to happen to them, right?
Yeah.
I agree that the news does that, yes.
I thought, wait, are you going to say something else, or?
No, I agree that the news does that.
No, I just wanted to come up here and just say that, because, like, I think a lot of the time when people look at the situation, they don't really think like, sounds like really rude, but think about it too much. I think they just more of like,
I agree.
Take the headline and think of it as the truth, and I said truth. Ruth.
You're fine.
But and I think that's just kind of like very dangerous. And today, like, you can't just take things at point blank value, and I think that's something a lot of people can learn from. Like a monk should quote this, even though it's like been said.
Yeah, of course. No. You should always investigate closer. Always. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like, I can understand when the bad stuff does happen, when the cops do step out of line, when they are the bad guy in the situation, 100% condemn it. But when it becomes that suddenly every cop's the bad guy, then it's like, all right, now we need to take a couple steps back. I just wanted to see your just situation on that, kind of clear it up in a sense.
What if those were the only 5 cops you've ever interacted with?
Fair point. Would you? I'm assuming you're trying to like say that. Would you assume that all cops are bad?
Assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
Okay, so I'm based off what you're saying. If there's
the ass out of you and me.
Okay, if the only 5 cops you've ever interacted with, I believe that if you, I shouldn't say don't put yourself out there too much. I just can't think of a way to put it. But if you're very close-minded, then you would definitely look at cops and be, oop, nope, they're bad. Nope, I do not like them. But if you were to see other situations, then you could, if you're not closed-minded, then you could see other situations and be like, okay, maybe I just picked the bad ones.
Yeah, if you're not delusional, right? What's the definition of delusion? What's the definition of delusion? Do you know? It's lost a lot.
I don't know it like directly, but more of just like a confusion, not really true.
Yeah, I've spoken to many, many delusional people on TikTok live debates this week. Okay, I've been a TikTok live debate addict. I've been on there,
I used to be like that.
I have talked to well, I still am. I talk to everybody. Wow.
I just kind of stopped because it just
they're so stupid.
They're so they really are. We might think for different reasons, but we can agree on that.
They make our fire friend with the Firefox guy. What was it, the fire owl? They make him look like a fucking Mozart, dude. Like,
I agree. We could say this for different reasons, but it's so true. Oh my god.
Yeah. So I've been spending time on there. So like, what was the point? I forget. What was the point of this?
I just wanted to see what you thought. Like, just more of what you thought about that situation. Honestly.
Sorry, which situation?
The shooting of the 5 cops 25 times, and more of like, do you think that it's reasonable to think that a lot of cops are bad or all cops are bastards?
Again, like, okay, we made it back here. So again, if they're the only 5 cops that if they're the only 5 cops that I've ever seen, I think cops are bad. If those are the only 5 cops I've ever seen or know about, yes, I think they're bad.
But I get where you're coming.
Sure, no, you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm open to seeing more cops. What do you think?
Open to seeing more cops, then that would kind of be.
Show me a nice cop. Yeah, show me a nice cop. Show me a nice cop giving a kid an ice cream cone. That's probably
because
right?
there's
Show a
stories
picture
a
of
lot.
that.
You've heard. Yeah, you've seen like stories.
Look. Not all
of
cops are bastards. Right there. Not all cops are bastards. Right there. There you go. Right.
I think it would. I think it's like you just kind of like, I don't know if we both agree on this, but to eliminate that kind of mentality of just that because I've seen a couple bad experiences, all must be like that. I've had that mentality, so I can tell it's very easy to fall into. But in a sense, also I'm not everybody, so I can't.
You just empathized with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job. You just empathized it. So you've experienced it. So tell me about your experience, because that'll help us.
A lot of just like, for example, I'm gonna be honest. I've seen like I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen tons of videos of just like, for example, these women cheating in these horrible ways, all these things, and I'm like, and I'm almost like, damn. I'm saying all these crazy things to myself about like women, and I'm like, damn. And then I take a step back and I'm like, am I coming at this from a good perspective? Because I've also met tons of women who have been amazing people. I believe some of the best people I've ever met were women. So it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, it's easy to fall into, but I also think it's easy to fall out of. But again, I'm not everybody. So
irrationality is a very easy thing to fall into. You're right. You had an irrational moment. But then you stopped yourself. And I have irrational moments too. I've had them all night. People have been correcting me. It turns out a video game is not like real life. Thank you for teaching me that. Okay. Yeah. I
did not know that.
I had an irrational moment, and I compared police officers shooting a guy in real life to a video game. That's a really stupid thing to do, don't you think?
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Honestly.
Am I still here? Am I still alive? People can flip it. I don't fucking care.
Or are
Whatever.
you? Are
We're
you
good.
alive?
Am I alive? That's a good question. Want to explore that?
You could be a ghost.
I could. I don't think you actually want to go here, though.
No, I'm not. I'm not into all that spiritual.
I'm not
stuff.
feeling that from you. So what do you? So what were we talking about again? The cops,
just
right?
Cops, yeah, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
so what else do you want to know right now?
What do you mean? Of just know like anything? Like just anything? Do I want to know anything?
So at this moment, we're kind of suspended in the cave. We don't kind of wandered off. We don't really know where we're at, right? That's kind of the thought process here. This is what happens when like you lose your train of thought, right? You just kind of wander off in a direction because you're talking. You're talking. When you're talking and walking at the same time, you just kind of wander off in a direction and you just lose. You lose yourself, right?
Exactly.
So we both forget where we were at in the conversation. We're like, where the fuck are we now? How'd this happen? We've all had.
I was hoping like. I was honestly hoping, like, I'm not saying this conversation isn't interesting. I can tell.
No,
people want it to be more heated, more debating.
No.
More interesting.
No. It's so interesting between you and me that we got lost. We got lost talking because that's how much fun we were having conversing with each other. Isn't that awesome?
Honestly, I kind of like came in with that. This like I just wanted to like see what your opinion is. I just kind of want to get to know you more because there's like just been lots of talk about you through the server, more of like not like I can't say good or bad, but like just do you like what is your favorite like piece of like fiction more of? What is a show, a book, something that you were like, I love this?
Ooh, One Piece.
Really? I want to get into it, but I know you've probably heard this a billion times. The pacing.
I could convince you. Here, let's explore that. Okay. You want to get into One Piece.
I'm on like episode 100. More of honestly, I don't watch a lot of shows nowadays, but more of like just I hate to say TikTok brain, but I'm more of like, okay, when stuff drags on, I do not like that. I think that when like obviously I don't think a lot of people like when stuff overstays their welcome. More people just can bear it better than others.
You have attention problems. You have ADHD.
Exactly.
Yeah. ADHD.
I mean just even like
and One Piece is very long and very long
One
things.
Piece is very long.
ADHD people don't like very long things, do they? Certainly not dicks. I don't like very long.
It depends. If it like doesn't overstay its welcome, if it's done correctly. Like I have the entirety of Berserk, all the issues out right now, and I could read that over and over again. And it's long, but I think it doesn't ever overstay its welcome.
Okay, so why do you like Berserk?
Why do I like Berserk?
Your ADHD, it's long.
I probably shouldn't have, but like we could bring books to like when I like this was like a couple years ago, but we could bring books to school, and what we would do is like we just had to read for like 20 minutes. So I would bring Berserk, a great book to bring to school, 100%. And I did that. And it was good. Like the art style was amazing. I kind of just loved it. It was what I find cool. And a story. Just kind of, I love the kind of theme of it. I love action. I love giant sword.
There you go.
Everything.
Giant sword, like Draco
just
Mihawk
tabletop
sword.
now.
Draco
Yeah.
Mihawk from One Piece. Giant sword. Go watch it.
It's too skinny. It's too skinny of a
Oh
sword.
wait, you don't like long things. Why do you like the long sword? No, I'm just kidding. No, like go watch it. It's got a big sword in it. Why not? You like things with big swords.
Because
I don't like things that are big. Sorry.
I think it's very like I think what I like about Guts' big sword is that this man is like a 6 foot.
Go on about Guts' big sword.
Muscle behemoth. His big long juicy sword. But it's just like it says. I have a shirt with that says the thing. It's just like a giant clump of iron. Because at the end of the day, I just find that so cool, honestly. Now I have a question. Do you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
I have, and I stopped at. What did I stop at?
If it, I can understand part one.
Golden Wind.
The best part animated so far. Really?
I've heard. I didn't stop there. I got like halfway through it, and then I just never returned to it. So like, I just started watching One Piece.
At least you didn't like just
One Piece is
stop.
so much more gripping. I know what the One Piece is, by the way, if anybody wants to know.
Isn't it a woman? Or no?
It depends. No, I won't spoil.
Well, because I'm not gonna say, but big plot point is it was just all along. So but yeah, no, this was interesting. Honestly,
it was great.
I feel so bad to not entertaining the people that much, but
you learned about me. No. What do you mean? We entertained each other. Forget about them. They fucking garbage if they weren't entertained. Mace, were you entertained? Thank you. See, the people that matter were entertained. You, me, and Mace, and then anybody else who was enjoying it.
What do you think?
Anybody who wasn't enjoying it don't matter. They don't matter, huh?
What do you think of Kanye West? Real quick, just do you like him or not?
He is very angry, confused, sad, and hurt.
I agree. I agree. I love him, but I can agree with that. All right,
I love him too, and I hope he gets better. I really do hope Kanye West gets better.
This was a good talk. Thank you. I'm taking a picture of this.
Absolutely. You're very interesting. You're a very interesting person to talk to. Thank you, Ponster.
All right.
Have a good day.
That was a fantastic.
All right. Have a good night.
Ponster.
You too.
See, we're just talking. Debates turn to talks.
Exactly.
When you water it down, you realize we're just human beings trying to connect with each other and have the same mind. That's all this is.
Yeah, no, and I mean
that's empathy.
And
that's my theory, and I could be wrong.
The enjoyment of it is just subjective, anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah, people will watch it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
be interested.
I think if they give it a chance, and they're not annoying, and you just come into a conversation honestly. Okay, that one guy wasn't being honest. He was not smart. Okay, he was lying to us.
Yeah.
He stuck out his big peacock feathers, okay? He was a liar. Why would I talk to a liar? He was stupid. He was stupid and he said he was smart. I'm not talking to him. Yeah. But everybody else, come here honestly. I'll talk to you as long as you're honest. That's it.
All right. If I'm not mistaken, I think the next one who raised their hands was, I'm going to try and pronounce this, Saruntino.
By the way, somebody was asking, no, wait, sorry. I already addressed that. Never mind.
Yeah. All right.
Saruntino, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Alec?
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Doing pretty good, thank you. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I had just seen this on my feed when I was walking home from school. I was curious, like, what is this? Like, what's going on? You just talk to whoever wants to talk to you?
Whoever wants to talk to me. Whatever you want to talk about, man. Anything on your mind?
All right.
You just got home from school?
Yeah, man. I'm curious what you think about, like, school was nice. I had a good day. I'm a junior in high school, so I get a off period, so I didn't have to go to school till 10. That was great, Oh,
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So I was curious as to what you think about. I've been curious about the difference between extreme right wings and extreme left wings, because I personally believe that I'm more a left wing individual. I'm like a socialist. I just got 3 different communist books. Some Lenin, I just got the Communist Manifesto. I'm really looking forward to finishing all those books, like State and Revolution by Lenin. So I was curious as to what you think the extreme left is, because I hear these centrists talking about how both extremes are bad, but I can't imagine that if I'm on the extreme left. So I'd like to consult with you about that.
Okay, so you think people on the extreme left cannot empathize with that centrist? Is that correct?
I think actually, yeah. I mean, if I'm putting myself in those shoes, I can't put myself in the shoes of the centrist to believe that both sides are equally bad. Yeah,
you can. I'm going to challenge that. I think you can. I think we can do this. What do you think?
Yeah,
let's
I think
empathize
so
with that centrist. I think so too. Okay, you do think so. Okay, great. So let's empathize with them. So what do you think he's thinking? What do you think? Okay, let me ask it this way. Or if you, unless you want to answer, you want to go? Okay.
Sure.
Up to you.
No. If you had a different way that you could put it that was better, then I would like to hear it.
Yeah. So our problem with the centrist, right, is that he is calling both the right and the left extreme, and your problem is you don't think the left is like extreme like the right is. You guys are different. You guys are we're not like them. We're not like them. The extreme left is not like the extreme right. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not just two sides of the same coin. That is not what we are. Right.
Yeah.
But this centrist thinks that. This centrist thinks that for a reason, okay? Everybody thinks things for reasons. People think that other people think things for no reason. That's not real. Yeah. You do not think things for no reison. Every thought that you have has a reason behind it. Do you understand? So what is their reason? What do you think? What would your reason be?
I think if I was to put myself in the shoes of a centrist, right? And I say a lot of centrist beliefs, they kind of vary, but like I find centrists to be a little further on the right than the left most of the time. So I would think about like having more conservative, possibly religious views and thinking about it and not thinking about like the extreme like right as much as they do the extreme left. That's how I would think about putting myself in the shoes of that type of person.
So you're just to make sure I don't want to miss anything. So you did say basically they see more of the extreme left, right, than they do the extreme right. Okay, let's explore that. Why do you think that is?
Just most of the centrists that I've talked to haven't really been able to empathize with my point of view.
They're not listening to you, are they?
Yeah, not really.
How does that feel?
It makes me feel conflicted because as a person who has only been interested in politics for like 2 years and only been trying to read up and trying to make sure to know what my specific political stance is for like once, I think I just don't have the political wisdom that some others do.
You're doing your best. You are doing your best to understand politics the best that you can and come to the best conclusion. And this motherfucker says that you're just like the fucking Nazis. How dare they?
Yeah, pretty much.
That must feel awful. That must feel awful. You're being compared to a Nazi. After all that fucking hard work, you believe in free healthcare. You believe in Palestinian rights. I don't know. So I'm trying to get too controversial. The point is you're left wing, right? And you think you're right.
People to be evil,
and I agree with left wing politics. I'm a left winger. Okay, I agree with you.
Yeah.
So let's figure out how we can convince this person that we are the good guys, right? Because they think they're the good guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's show them. Let's show them the way. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ask the centrist. Why do you feel that way?
Yeah.
What do you think they'd say? What do you think they'd say?
Well, let's.
What would they say about you? Why would they call you basically a Nazi?
What is the centrist like? Like, are they new to politics? Are they a seasoned centrist? Like, I don't think it's like
I'm not sure. We haven't established that. I don't know. What do you think?
So
they're centrist. We know that.
If I was a centrist, I would have more tradition. Wait, say the question again, so I can really grasp it.
No. I like that train of thought. If you were a centrist, what? You would think what? Okay. What would be your thought process? Like why the thought process, just to clarify, the thought process is why do you think the far left is equivalent to the far right? Go.
Yeah. So I wouldn't put much thought into it, and I would say I would be looking at a political scale, the box image where it has the graph and it has the four corners and there's the far left and the far right. I wouldn't put
political
I would
compass.
just say, well, one side is extreme, and I know the right side is super extreme and horrible. So the left side might might as well just be just as bad because it's called the extreme left. That's what I would think in my mind.
This dot over here is just as far as from the middle. There's this dot over here, and I'm right here, and I think both of those are bad, right?
Exactly. That's what.
Exactly. They're idiots. They're fucking idiots, right? They saw two different dots on two different sides of a piece of paper, and now they think you're a Nazi. They're irrational. They're acting on irrational impulses, my friend.
Yeah,
that's why they think you're a Nazi. Okay, isn't that crazy?
I don't understand how, because there are a lot of centrists who have put a lot of thought and meaning into their politics, and they still think that people like me and you are on the same level as people on the extreme right who are like super like traditional, like that question that you got asked like twice in a sense so far since I've been here, like what are your like talking about the morals? Like the only people who I've talked to who've had that framework of like asking questions are Nazis. Like people who were Nazis and who like believe that black people were inferior to them tried to ask me. I mean, I'm a mixed person, I'm a mixed individual, and they were asking like, why is being a Nazi wrong? And they went through this whole like stupid conversation about how all morals are equal, which I just don't like. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't think the morals of somebody who wants people to be equal are equal to the morals of somebody who wants to kill all Jews and black people. It just doesn't make sense to me.
I think that tracks, man. I think you're onto something. It's a good point.
Thank you, Alec.
Yeah, of course. I agree. So let's explore that then. So let's say that you have a smarter centrist. He's well learned. Okay, he's like the Einstein of centrists. Why is he a centrist? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I have no idea.
I know a lot of Christians that are centrists, so maybe they have traditional views and they can see themselves. Since Trump has, I'll just use this example of Trump. Trump has tried to align himself with people of Christian beliefs because those people are more traditional, and being traditional is a conservative view, and conservatives on the right. So he's exploited these people with good intent, and like my family. But I've got family members who have good intent, and just because they see that one side on social media is Christian because they're Christian and that side is aligned with the right, then now they're super right, and now they're going down these horrible like lines on social media and having these horrible beliefs. You know what I'm saying?
It's like music to my ears. You just solved your own problem, buddy. Good job. You're very smart.
Yeah, man.
You did it. You did the same thing I'm doing. You literally just did it. How does that feel?
It feels great. Can I ask you a question?
It feels great. You just empathized. Yes, of course. Go on.
How would you put yourself into the shoes of a seasoned centrist? What would you be thinking?
You just did. Now I have that in my brain. You just taught me that. That was incredible, wasn't it?
Sure, but with your what you've learned about centrists in the past, and I assume you've talked to a centrist before.
It's gone. It's gone. No, you don't understand. That is gone. Intelligent centrism, I've never given it a thought. I've had this mentality for like 2 days, man. Give me a break. I'm still learning. I'm like a baby. You're teaching me. Okay. You're teaching me these things because I haven't thought about it. This is me entering this state. You know what I mean? I'm like the fucking avatar here. All right. I'm learning new things and you're teaching me. You literally just did it. But I'm not trying to jerk myself off here. You just did the same thing. All you had to do was think, what is that person thinking right now? It's that simple. That's all you have to do. What is in that person's mind? Because it's not that they're evil. Okay. It's not, I'm going to go commit crimes today. Nobody does that. Okay. That's not real. That's a made-up boogeyman, okay? Even that person in cartoons and shit usually has either he's cute or he has like a good excuse, right? And if he's cute, we like him and he can do what he wants. He can commit murder. That's fine. He's cute.
Yeah, I think this is something that not a lot of people do in politics. They just think that their side is right and they don't empathize or put themselves in the shoes of the other side, you know?
Right. Because everybody wants to fucking hurt each other, okay? Well, that's not true. Everybody, I take that back. People don't want to hurt each other because that would make them evil, right? But what they do want to do is they want to heal the hurt. And to heal the hurt, they cry out for help, okay? Everybody's crying out for help all the time. Talk. I was one of them. I still am. I'm a big talker. I love listening to the sound of my own voice, okay?
Yeah.
I love it. That's why I'm a streamer, right? That's who I am. If you don't like it, piss off. And I want everybody to be like that, okay? Because I think that will make the world a better place. We just need to understand ourselves. Confidence is empathy for the self, okay? Once you have confidence, you can have empathy for anybody else. Become what you must do, my friend. You've tapped into it today. You have tapped into the secret. All you need to do now is do that for yourself. What is in your head? Examine it. Go home and examine it. And you know the best way to examine it?
What's the best way?
Talking to people, like we're doing now. You talk. And you talk. Well, not talk. You listen. I was wrong. You listen, right?
Yeah.
And then you talk. I listen and then I talk. And sometimes I fuck it up and I talk too much. And I've probably done that tonight. I could have listened better, but I did my best. I'm tired and I've been thinking a lot and I like talking. So it's fine.
Of course.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good. And you know, if we talk over each other, there's long silences. If you imagine the cave, all conversation makes perfect sense. It's in harmony. If you just imagine the cave of conversation, okay, you're spelunking, right?
I think
were you here for that?
Something really super similar to what we were just talking about was the guy who, you remember, I'm pretty sure it's the guy you were just talking to, the guy who had policemen, like people who were a part of the police force as his family members. I think I don't remember exactly his words, but I think his point was that, talking about how like, not all cops are bad, but I don't think he's ever put himself in the shoes of a person who doesn't agree with being a police officer. So he was thinking that all people who had these beliefs just thought that all police officers were bad, when that's just not true. And it's just not that he was being disingenuous. disingenuous, but that is just not that's just not the belief that people who believe that hold. Like I was 99% of people who say all cops are bad or don't like or want to abolish police officers don't think that every single person who signs up to be a police officer is doing it with malicious intent. Of course, I know I don't have the same opinions as all other people who don't like police. But I'd assume, that's crazy thinking that every person who signed up to be a police officer, because being a police officer is to protect and serve, and protecting and serving, of course, is to help the public. So I'd assume that a significant amount of people who sign up to be police officers are to help the public, correct?
Do we see what just happened, Chad? That was beautiful. You did it. That's all this is.
Yeah, man.
This is how we heal the world. This is the answer. We must understand that other people do not think they're the bad guy. Nobody thinks they're the bad guy. And once we understand that, what?
If he talks to someone like me or someone who has the views that are against police officers, then maybe he would understand the views more, and maybe he would have been able to make a better point.
There you go. See, and you have tapped into it, my friend. You're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it right now. I did this in 2 days. 2 days ago, I was not like this. I was still angry. Okay. You can do this. All you have to do, I was also losing sleep because I was on TikTok Live and I'm an idiot, okay? But all you have to do is talk to people. Go on TikTok Live. I guarantee it. You will feel like you are in charge of the conversation. You are holding the reins. Wherever you want the conversation to go, you steer it that direction. It's crazy. It's a superpower. It's a superpower. And nobody's tapping into it. And you must. You must free your mind. This is the next stage of human evolution. Do you understand?
Yeah. You know, Alec,
now go for it.
I was really nervous to talk to you today, but
no.
All right.
It was really a virtue. You know, my last point, I've been watching your videos for a good amount of time. I'm a pretty big fan. And I really appreciated this conversation.
I appreciated it as well. You taught me some things, okay? I would have never thought of it that way if not for you. You put that info into my mind. You unlocked that. Thank you. Okay, my friend. Go forth, empathize with yourself, be confident, and empathize with others, okay? Sit down, shut up, and listen.
All right, have a nice day, man.
You as well. Have a great night. See, it's not hard. This is not hard. I'm not doing anything impressive. I'm just thinking they don't think they're the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's it. Once you understand that, this is all so clear. That this is the answer. And you know what? It made me really sad today. My dad told me this. I've been having fights with my dad. Okay? I hated him for a bit. Because he's a fucking conservative, right? You know, I
feel that.
I hate that guy. He's so stupid. He doesn't agree with me, etc. No. Wrong. He is hurt and he is confused. Okay? As are we all. I'm still hurt and confused. I'm still healing. You know? I'm going to therapy soon.
Hello, August.
So, and he taught me.
Hello.
Just real quick, sorry. What he taught me was, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. He's a great salesman. Okay? It's all about showing other people that you care to listen to them. That is all it is.
And
it's beautiful.
Seeing it on display is definitely something. It's making me feel like I gotta kind of second guess things a little bit. You know what I mean? I do get
talk to people.
The hostile, like, oh, what the heck? Why do you think this way? You know?
Yeah. So here's what happened. I'll explain the process because this happened in a sequence, and I need you guys to understand this so that you can do it faster than I did. Okay? What happened was I became confident first. Okay? I had fights with my family. I felt my family was trying to control me. They weren't trying to control me. Okay? They were not trying to do that. They were just scared, hurt, and confused because of me being a leftist. Okay? They didn't like my opinions. And I don't like my opinions back then. I don't like them. They're bad opinions. I thought that people were evil. People are not evil, okay? People are people, and they're scared and confused and hurt, all right? Hitler was a scared, hurt, and confused person, and that does not mean he gets to kill 6 million Jews. Both of those things can be true, right?
I agree. Yeah.
Right. So and this is going to sound horrible, but I feel so confident that I'm going to say it. You ready? I empathize with Hitler.
Whoa.
Do you know why? Because I don't want more Hitlers to spawn! I don't want more Hitlers to spawn! The only way that we can keep more Hitlers from spawning is if we take the time to explore his mind cave. Think about what Hitler was going through. Why do you think you would kill 6 million Jews? What would make you do that? You must be fucking terrified of Jews! What made you terrified of Jews? Pain of some kind? I can't imagine. I really don't know. But he was in pain. He was a sad, scared, fucking pathetic piece of shit. And he took it out on a bunch of people because he was so confused and hurt that he didn't care to think that maybe they weren't the bad guy. Maybe he was. You know, maybe he just could have thought about it for a minute. He's a fucking idiot. He's not evil. He's stupid. He was an idiot. He didn't think it through for 2 fucking seconds. And that's why he killed 6 million Jews. People are stupid. Yeah. They're stupid because they're hurt.
Yeah.
That's why I empathize with Hitler. And I stand by that. Until you prove me wrong.
Well, maybe somebody will prove you wrong, but I don't know. We don't. If they generally like
Until
Hitler,
then,
they find their way to a ban one way or another. So
until then, I'm more than happy to have conversations with people. You know, and if you can prove me wrong, prove me wrong. Until then, you can bark and bite all you want. I don't fucking care anymore. Okay? I empathize with Hitler. Get over it.
All right. Next up, we have S.A. Maraquino. I'm going to just butcher the name and...
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Morning. How you doing?
It's actually good night for you. But first of all, I'd like to ask regarding a former statement you made in the debates, sort of. You said rape is more useful than consent. No, consent is more useful than rape. Could you develop on that?
Yeah,
I think that's like a bad framing.
It hurts fewer people. That's useful.
But
I mean, I wouldn't frame it like it's not like the reason that I think rape is wrong is because rape doesn't work. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that raping is stupid. Raping is stupid. It's a stupid thing to do. Don't you agree? It's really stupid. It's a stupid thing to do for a very stupid person who's probably hurting. But it doesn't matter that he's hurting because we must restrain him. We must restrain the hurting man because he's hurting others.
Someone who rapes is hurting. For example, a lot of people who rape for the power of it.
Yes, they crave power. Why would some
deserve all of the empathy?
Why would somebody crave?
Our prisons deserve to punish them, and maybe punish them even harder than they are. Sometimes you get rapists released, and they recommit the crime very often. And I think that's a very big issue with our judicial system.
So our prison system is not working, correct?
Correct. Judicial, not so much the prison system.
I'm not challenging you. I'm just asking a clarifying question. Our prison system, you just said, our prison system is not working because we send rapists in, rapists come back out and rape again. It's a cycle, right?
I think it's more due to the law rather than the functioning of the prison.
Due to a law than the functioning of the prison? Well, I mean, that law leads to the functioning of the prison, doesn't it? That's how the law works. It's a government-owned building.
On 20 years, sure, the prison can keep you in and can try to rehabilitate you, but it's not going to work if it's very deeply ingrained in you to want to rape someone. And I think we should maybe install death penalty for some of those people.
You want to hurt them really badly, enough to kill them.
I think it's more to putting a stop to it. They're going to cause more pain to others. They usually rape in prison.
Yeah. Good point. You can bring up a good point. Let's explore that.
Connecting to what you said regarding Hitler, I don't think he deserves empathy. I don't think he was a confused person. He was very cohesive about his supposedly racial beliefs regarding Slavs, Jews, Gypsies, and the only thing he was scared of was Judeo-Bolshevism, which is what
he was terrified of it.
Most likely caused the war.
Enough to kill 6 million of them. He was fucking terrified. He thought he was doing it in self-defense.
20 million Slavs, a lot of people. I think those people should have been killed. Nazis, rapists.
Sure, they're horrible people. Yeah, kill them, right? That makes sense.
Correct. Would you disagree with that?
But I'm against the death penalty. So why do you think I'm against the death penalty then? Why would I be? Let's play this game.
I think you're against it because it fundamentally leads to killing, and you're very anti-killing.
I'm pretty anti-killing, except in certain circumstances. I agree with killing in some circumstances. What do you think of that?
Do you think war can be justified? For example, war of liberation.
Go ahead. You want me to teach you something?
A war of liberation could be justified.
Can I teach you something? Sure. You seem like a guy who wants to learn. You seem like a smart guy. Smart people want to learn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to learn. So, try asking the question this way. You want to know what situations I would kill in, right? What situations I think it would be okay to kill in. That I personally would do it, right?
Yes.
Ask me it that way.
Correct. What situations do you think it for killing?
There you go. This is how you do it. So, do that again?
I thought you wanted me to answer. Never mind.
No. You asked me the question. You were asking me the question. So you asked me the question, in what situations do you think it would be okay to kill people, right? That's what you just asked me. Right. Okay, we're on the same page. So let's explore that. So I think it's okay to kill in self-defense. Self-defense I consider for, somebody tried to inflict pain on you, basically, unless you consent to it.
Would you be in self-defense, correct?
Yes, in self-defense.
So that's the only case you think is justified.
Pretty much, unless you can convince me otherwise. Okay. I mean, you're trying to convince me right now that there are other cases, right?
Yeah, I think.
Convince
a
me.
lot of
Teach
people.
me something.
I mean, especially for example, you can have periods in countries with very high populations of criminals, like in Brazil. What you often have is murderers getting released earlier because the prisons are overcrowded and you just can't maintain it. You can have
so you run out of space.
People who are doing like lesser crimes get paired up with those people, and I think it's a very inefficient use of our resources to try to rehabilitate some people. I think
so we run out of space.
What they've
Right. So we run out of space. The prisoners don't get along with each other. We got to kill the rapists, right?
And some psychotic murderers.
And some psychotic murderers. The prisons are too full. We got to get rid of the psychotic murderers because we're running out of space. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm talking over you.
Some gangbangers aren't as bad as psychotic murderers. That's what I wanted to say.
Some gangbangers aren't as bad as psychotic murderers. I don't know. I guess. Sure, you could convince me of that. I'm not really interested. I think they're both bad. I think that's good enough.
Okay.
So I don't know. Unless you want to convince me.
Rehabilitate some of them.
Yeah.
I think you can rehabilitate.
I'm rehabilitating you right now. I'm rehabilitating you right now. It's happening in real time. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing the same thing to you that I would try to do to them. I would dig down deep into the caverns of their skulls and try to figure out what makes them tick and then fix them from there. Because right now, all we're trying to do is fix pain with more pain. And that doesn't work. Sometimes you need pain. I've inflicted pain tonight. Okay. One particular smart little boy. Okay. I inflicted pain. But I did that with the goal to make him stop inflicting pain because he's an idiot. All right. So we just that was a good example of when it's okay to inflict pain. I think that's fine.
Why do you think that causing more pain in this case would make cause even more pain? If I did understand correctly.
Okay. Hey, that was a great question. Thank you. So, why do I think that? Okay. So because you didn't quite understand. No, or you weren't here. You weren't here earlier, probably. So the reason that I think it's so what I did was called tough love. Okay. If you weren't here, sorry. I just assumed everybody was here. That was wrong of me to do. All right. You weren't here. So what I did was called tough love. This guy comes in, flapping his little peacock wings with big words. He's the big smart guy. He wants to make sure he knows that I know that he's intelligent because he's insecure about being smart. Okay. Somebody probably made him think that he was dumb his entire life. Maybe his mom. He's got mommy issues. Some people do. All right. He's got mommy issues. His mom made him feel really stupid. So now he feels like he's got to be smart. He peacocks everywhere. Look at me. I'm so smart. Look. I'm so smart. I'm smarter than you. And he lashes out at me and tries to hurt me because I make him feel dumb. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is all I did was it's called tough love. This is called the tough love approach. If you say something stupid to me or irrational, or you try to hurt it, specifically if you try to hurt me, all I'm doing is giving back the same pain that they tried to give me, just to give them a taste of their own medicine. That's all I'm doing. Okay? He tried to inflict pain upon me by making me feel stupid. All I did was give it back to him. I made him feel stupid. And that's his insecure spot. People always try to attack you from their most deepest insecurities. What's the saying? Every every conservative accusation is a confession, right? Every accusation is a confession. Makes perfect sense in this light, doesn't it? Perfect sense. They give you the pain that they're feeling. They try to offload it onto you. So I'm returning the savings back to them. I say, Uno reverse card. Here's your pain back. Don't need it. Take it back, bitch. See how it feels. And make them understand that that's what they were trying to do to me. They just failed, and I succeeded. And they hurt, but they'll get over it. They'll get over it.
I think it's two different. It sort of makes sense, but like the pain you're inflicting by responding and lowering to their level is more of just lowering your level of argument, being more barbaric, being less well spoken. It's not, to me, not the same pain that you could classify the pain that's getting ran over with a car, for example. It's not the same to me. Sure, emotional pain can be very intense. You can like end up killing yourself. But I think there's more weight, at least for what we can definitely condemn in physical pain being always bad. Would you not agree?
I'm really sorry. Oh God, it's getting bad. I need you to go back like 5 seconds. I'm really sorry. I trailed off the trail.
Do you think physical pain is very worse? Is worse than emotional pain that you're referring to, or
physical?
like
okay, yeah, I see. So we're comparing. Sorry, I interrupted you. That was rude. Okay, so we're trying to compare physical pain to emotional pain, right? See which one's worse. If they're worse. Well, which one do you think is worse, physical or mental?
I think it's physical.
Okay, why do you think that?
Mostly physical pain. Because it can.
Let's learn.
There's emotional pain that can match, but physical pain, it's way more direct. You can't fight back. It could be like a gunshot wound, for example. I think it's
you can't fight back.
Very bad. Emotional pain, you can try to at least isolate yourself from those bad elements. Meanwhile, if someone who breaks into your house and beats you up, that's awful. I think it's way worse than bullying, but bullying can also lead to suicide. But I just think that usually physical pain will cause more consequences, and you can more evidentially see them.
Bullying leads to suicide. I don't know. Oh man. Oh no. I might have to cut this one short. I don't know if I can keep up. I'm sorry, man. I can't empathize right now. I'm sorry. It's getting late. I gotta cut this one off.
How late is it for you?
It's 10:30, but I also have gotten like no sleep this week. I'm toast. I'm toast.
That's fine. That's fine.
But hey, listen, real quick. If you ever want to pick this up, if you remember where we left off, then you can pick this back up. Okay. And you can contact me anytime. We can pick right back up where we left off. I love talking to you. And I hope you have a great night. Okay. I learned a lot from you. Okay.
Have a nice night.
All right. You as well. Take care. I'm really sorry if anybody else is waiting. I can't do anymore.
I really hope you enjoyed that Platinum Gauntlet. If you like this series format, like the video and comment. Let me know what you think, and we'll see what else we can do about getting more of these on. But even if you didn't, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like to participate in a Platinum Gauntlet yourself, join the server. The link is down in the description. And also don't forget to check out ALEC GUNTER's channel. All of his links are in the description as well. I don't know why I said description like that. Recording this shit is weird sometimes. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, that is all I have for you today. Goodbye.